Theo here. As you may have noticed, I enjoy talking about and drawing things from the game Dungeons & Dragons. But there's more! I also play it. Shocking, I know. For a little while now, I've been running a campaign in my own setting, the sessions of which have been recorded from the point of view of one of the players. In the interests of archiving and maybe even entertainment, we're going to be uploading the sessions in full here for anyone to enjoy and for anyone to critique my dungeon mastering technique and all the unique tokens, sprites and maps that I have drawn for it. First session was recorded well over a month ago, so if you decide to watch, prepare for some insane time travel nonsense as you remember what life was like in the before times. I'll introduce the campaign proposal briefly, and then we'll just get right into it. So the first thing is, all the PCs, player characters, were randomly generated. We rolled stats, using a 44 and then dropping the lowest, and taking the stats in order. So the order that they were rolled were the order that they were taken. So the first one you roll, that's your strength, the second one is your dex, etc, etc. Then the players chose a class and a race based on what they wanted to do and what would work with those stats. Now, you might think that's going to cause some disparity in the base ability scores. And it has. One character has 3 18s at level 1. And another guy only has one stat above a 14. And the rest are pretty much average, like 10s. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. No one minds, I think. Anyway. We then used the background tables from Xanathar's Guide to Everything to randomly create everyone's backstories. I think this has resulted in some pretty interesting stuff. It's also made, some characters know other things than other ones, and some characters actually know each other before the campaign even starts. And some characters will know different, NPCs and all this. And there's a few other little things that'll maybe will come to light as the campaign progresses. So that's the player buy-in. I'll give you the spiel, and we'll get stuck into the first session. It is the beginning of winter. The sun becoming a sliver of golden light travelling across the sky, as the moon grows fuller each night, reaching full on midwinter night. This year marks the 500th anniversary of the founding of the Kingdom of Gavel, 500 years since a ragged fleet of refugees fleeing a civil war in the far-off, now mythical, Kingdom of Tearnas Arwyr, in the land of Gwilard Dwen. To the northeast lies the tundra kingdom of Ors, ruled by the monotheistic feudal government of Orcish nobles who have been in a stalemate war with the vast southern dwarven empire of Mars for over 100 years. Gavel lies west of both countries, along the western coast of the continent, accepting refugees and asylum seekers from each side of the conflict into the counties, and thus all manner of folk can be found there. King Chaldric Ramsay is dead. His only son, Richard, has taken the throne. Paranoid and keen to grasp the kingdom firmly, he has exiled his well-loved uncle, Count Edward of the royal county of Ramstead, along with his family and loyal courtiers, out of fear that they could be a seed for his deposition. Forced to sail west, having been denied asylum by Ors and the Martian Empire, Edward Ramsay is not alone. Some 400 citizens of all walks of life, loyal to the Count, have chosen to share his fate, defiant of the new king's injustice. Now, a small fleet of exiles sails west, retracing the route taken 500 years ago, hoping to find a new home in an ancient land. It's the day. It is the morning of the 11th day of this journey. You haven't really been too involved in, what's going on vis-a-vis the planning of this. Maybe some of you know a bit more than others. We can get into that later on, depending on your position. But it's been going okay so far. Pretty boring, all in all. And, pretty boring except for last night. Where, and again, you're not really sure what's going on. There's been some rumours especially amongst the halflings on the main ship, the big ship. Sounds like maybe someone's gone missing. One of the boats has had some trouble. You're not really sure exactly what's been going on. But there's been some sort of dark mutterings. This is the first interference that's happened on the voyage so far. And so the people who's where, I imagine, of course, that Orion and Enceladus?
I'm gonna go Calidus, because I like how they called him Kaisar in.
Oh, sure, yeah, Enceladus Oh,
the worst. Be right back. Sorry.
Sorry. You guys, I'll start with you two then. You two are on the paddle boat named Desire, of course, where you two have grown up, essentially, going up and down the coast of Gavel and a bit further. You know, you are now men, more or less.
Mostly men.
Mostly men.
How old are you?
Slightly dog.
I'm very young. I'm like early 20s.
Yeah, I'm 20.
Yeah. So you two probably would have met when Orion was about like a young teen, probably like 13 at best, I should think.
Yeah.
And you again. This is roughly accurate. You're paddling. You're pretty close. You're sticking close to the main ship, the Breath of Far Langen, and everyone's sort of milling about. It's pretty cold, but it's not. It's only the first day of winter, so it's not going too bad yet. The sun is a sort of a thick crescent in the sky. Again, that's how the sun works. And someone on board the deck of Far Langen shouts out to you. Let me grab his token and put him on, in fact. Just so you can see him. Actually, no, I'll switch to him in this. There's a long list of people.
All those characters.
I'm just going to go to I know where he is.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
You better be. It is the first mate of the ship, Eric Le Rouge. And he shouts out to Galataire, who is the leader, of course, of the Dragonborns, if he can come on board and have a discussion. So, Deimos, who's paddling the boat, of course, he's not pedaling it with his feet.
Got both his hands. Just...
yeah, well, one of his hands.
Is that a peddler?
It's a paddle boat. It's on the... I'll get the picture.
Is it in the shape of a swan?
I'll show you what it looks like. It's in the...
It's a motherfucking tax wagon, not a swan boat.
Oh, the tax wagon.
There's a picture of it on the loading screen before you join in. I'm not going to go back in. With the horrible face. I don't know if you noticed. Where should I post this? I guess I'll post it in Gueladouin in the B2.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Sorry.
And did you say it was Deimos?
That's a guy called Deimos, yeah.
That's horrific.
There it is, on the right. It is the boat that you're on it's like an ironclad. It's a tiny ironclad with paddles on either side, and it has this sort of barrel-shaped hell face with a submarine-like lid on top, and Deimos is inside there. He is the only one who knows how to drive it. By the way.
Phenomenal.
No one.
And it's a paddle boat called Desire, right?
It's a paddle boat called Desire. Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
You guys have seen inside it, Orion and Keldus. The inside of the
There's
driving
like a million
cockpit,
dials.
It's levers, it's dials, and Deimos is missing an arm, so you have no idea how he drives it. All you know is that when he's driving it, no one's allowed in because it's a secret.
Okay.
And you two have grown up with this more or less. You're pretty used to it, so
yeah.
It's fine. Everyone else in this like fleet of about 10 ships, one big ship and a bunch of basically fishing boats and stuff like that, they're pretty. They steer clear of it, or like the younger people are looking at it like, what the heck? They're very excited. Again, the Dragonborn adventures are kind of they're minor celebrities. People have heard of them. They've done some cool stuff around Ramstead, so people are happy to have them along. But yeah, so Eric LaRue, he boards the ship, and Galataire and Venus, no, not Venus actually, sorry, Rhea, the three eldest ones, they go off into a little corner, and they're having a chat for a bit. Orion and Encolis, you're witnessing this. Do you want to like try and listen in, or
100%? Yeah. I'm going to try and eavesdrop on this.
Yeah.
I'm curious. What would you like for that? Would you like a stealth to like go over there?
If you're gonna actually try and like get closer, yeah, sure, yeah. If you get closer, you'll have advantage on a perception, I suppose.
Yeah, I think because obviously it's just, I guess the steamboat is quite loud. The paddles.
It's quite loud, and it's not big though. So, but yeah. They're off around this little corner, and
I'm not gonna like go stand right next to them, but I'm gonna like
sure.
I'm gonna try and like nonchalantly kind of shuffle my way over.
Sure. Orion, you gonna do anything? Ooh, pretty good.
Well, I mean, we're in heavy armor, aren't we?
I am.
You are, Robert. Disadvantage. Can you
We're both in heavy armor. Yeah.
That's annoying.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll stealth in as well. I'll try and
Couldn't you
Try my
argue that
best,
because
God.
it's so loud, it's like harder to notice, so it evens out?
I know what most people's stats are. I'm just gonna check what one of the stats is because one of them might have good passive perception. Yeah. So you walk over, and could you make just a perception? You're probably gonna hear some useful stuff. Just make a perception with advantage.
Both of us.
Yeah, sure. Oh well, in careless, I know with advantage. So yeah, you both hear pretty well. So Eric LaRue he's quite a stern man. He's got a slightly foreign accent. You're not sure where from, you two. But he's inquiring of Galatea, who's in charge. Captain Black Sheep wants to meet with you. He needs someone for a mission. And Galatea's like, well, what kind of mission? It'll be discussed at lunch in his quarters. As you're listening, Damus, who's sitting up top, he's popped out. He just says, "What about these two idiots?" He points his thumb behind him, not looking at you two.
I just freeze on the spot.
He looks over his shoulder and grins a bit, and Galatea laughs. He's like, "Well, how about it, you two? You lads, you fancy a bit of a job? Doesn't sound like it'll be paying much, though."
I wouldn't mind stretching my legs.
Yeah, I'm always up for a job.
Yeah.
So Galatea turns back to LaRue. You tell your captain that we'll send these two lads along. LaRue sort of looks at you. He walks over a bit and he looks at you two. It's kind of hard to read his expression. He doesn't look super impressed, but it's hard to say. He says, "When everyone else is at mess for lunch, you will go to the captain's quarters and he will discuss what he needs from you. Good day." He gets back.
Good day.
Good day, yeah.
Oh, really? He gives you a little, not a salute, but he touches his forehead with some fingers,
sure.
and he climbs back up the rigging onto the breath of Farlangen. That's how you say it. Farlangen. So you guys have got a lunchtime appointment with the captain.
Lunch date.
Yeah. Who shall I get next? While he's on deck again, let's probably go to Tombstone. Where are you? What are you doing on the ship? Are you? Because you stood out no matter what you're doing. Just
Where's there room to do anything physical?
You could on the deck.
Then I'll probably be.
You doing press-ups on the deck?
Are you pulling a Zorro and just like lifting weights or something on the ship?
Probably something stupid like that, yeah.
Are you on one hand from the crow's
Spinning.
nest?
Oh yes.
Well, as you're doing some, you actually a shadow falls over you, and it is again Eric LaRue, the first mate. He says, "Your reputation precedes you. The captain would like to see you for lunch."
Alright then. I'll be there.
Excellent. He just that's very, very simple, but again, you've never spoken to him before. It's a bit out of nowhere. You're maybe not really sure why he knows who you are. You've not really done anything.
Yeah,
your daily routine.
I'm a bit confused as to. I don't exactly like standing out too much.
No, sure. Obviously, your mate is probably nearby. Your hunter chum, here he is. In fact. What was that about?
Lad. Oh, just something with the captain.
Going off in the world, I see. Fair enough.
We'll see about that. It's early days.
I guess I'll be having lunch on my own.
we can catch up another time.
Fair enough. So I'm gonna go sleep. I'm knackered.
It's 11 a.m.
Oh god! Yeah, it's morning. Like,
I'll go to bed.
He stayed up all night. He was on watch.
He was on lookout,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, okay.
He ate
He just has a really bad metabolism, so he has to sleep like 20 hours a day.
Sure, yeah.
Like a
Is he
human.
a panda?
Yeah, well, he's a hunter, isn't he? So he's got to go out when things are tired, including himself.
Anytime I can hunt is when I'm tired.
Sleep fuels
Time
me.
to hunt.
Exactly. Phil, Miss Fernbrand, how would you pronounce your first name?
Miss Fernbrand.
We're going to call you by your that. Okay, that's fine then. Miss Fernbrand, you've heard some troubling rumors because you're probably staying on this main ship.
Yes.
You've heard that some people have gone missing, and this probably worries you a little bit. I should think you're not really. So, have you been asking any questions about it, or have you been keeping to yourself, or talking to your family?
I think I've kept close to my family, and if I'm up deck, I would just take that opportunity to maybe look out to sea and just enjoy kind of the sights.
Okay, sure.
For a bit, yeah.
If you've been looking out on the ocean, actually, could you make a perception roll for me?
Sure.
Kraken.
Yeah.
Immediate Kraken.
Splits it in half.
Dragon turtle.
Ooh, nothing.
Oh no.
Nothing exciting. As you're standing out, looking out over the water, I'm gonna randomly select a unimportant NPC. Everyone's favorite NPC, Weimar Winston, who's just a human peasant.
Oh.
Comes by as you're looking out to the ocean.
Yeah.
He says, "You looking for sharks?"
Oh well, I'm really just looking. It's been a while since I've seen such a bright sight and everything. It's quite exciting.
Oh right. I'm just wondering because apparently there's been a lot of sharks around recently.
Oh.
That's what people were whispering about anyway.
Really? I wonder. No, probably not. They don't jump out the ocean, do they?
Let me roll for his perception.
Oh shit.
So that's the counts. But Weimar, he's looking at as well. I hear there's good eating on sharks, but I'm not sure I want to try fishing one up.
Of course. If you ever get hurt trying to catch up fish, just tell me. I may have something for you.
He looks at you genuinely a bit surprised, like, "Oh, well, thank you very much." You know, from what I've heard, the captain and his mate have been looking for helpful-minded people with a bit of a. Yeah, there's something going on, something to do with whatever happened last night.
Right. Well,
maybe you should offer your services if you've got a talent for, potions.
I have a few talents, sure. I mean, if someone needs help down there and they find them, I wouldn't mind giving a helping hand. After all, I'll be taking this journey here.
He leans in and whispers to you. Don't tell anyone I told you this, but I heard what it was a whole boat full of halflings was murdered in the night, and their bodies missing.
She looks wide-eyed. Her hand over her mouth. What? That seems... I won't tell anyone, but you do have me worried, sir.
I heard the chef talking about it. He's one of the halflings as well, so I don't know if he's connected or anything, but... Well... But yeah.
Well, thanks for telling me.
Oh, no worries. Again, just...
I'm not gonna
clear of the water.
Yeah, of course.
Something weird going on around here. And he wanders. He's wandering around the deck. He's looking out though.
Yeah.
He's chewing on a piece of wheat. You don't know where he got that from. You've been at sea for 2 weeks, 10 days. So he's obviously got a stock of them somewhere.
Right. I guess hearing that information, she would step back a bit from the railing. Yeah. And
oh sure, yeah.
And yeah, she doesn't want to get eaten by sharks. Behind her, just gone.
Yeah.
And she would look out for the captain to just.
So yeah, you know where the captain's quarters are. It's beneath the bit that you're on. It's at the front here.
All right.
So would you knock on the door? Would you?
Yeah, I'd knock on the door.
Sure. Well, when you go to knock and oh, thank you. It creaks open, and Eric's inside. He's got his half, and he's clearly been talking with the captain, who you can't see the captain too clearly. The room is very dark, and he's a big man with a black coat, black hat, and he's in shade, so you can't really see him too clearly. And Eric says, "Can I help you?"
Oh, excuse me. I just heard that you've been looking for people to help with something. She kind of leaves that sentence there hanging.
He looks at you a second and he begins to say, no, don't. But then the captain interrupts him and says, hang about there. Let's have a look at her. And he opens the door and clearly steps aside. And again, you can't see the captain too clearly from where you are, but he's looking at you for a good while. He says, what can you do?
I'm very good with all sort of knickknacks. And she opens her bag with a bunch of stuff in it, very cluttered, bunch of vials in there, some of them glowing more than the others. I can brew all kinds of things, and some of them can help you. Others are very dangerous. Those are probably not good to give out to people. But I can help with all kinds of things, be it magical or more nature orientated with herbalism or that kind of stuff.
Helpful danger sounds exactly like what we need. Come back here for lunch.
Oh, okay. Bye. Sorry for interrupting.
And Eric closes the door again. And right, okay. Who now?
Who else needs a call to adventure?
Everyone's got to be invited to lunch somehow. Well, actually. Nil, Yaz. Is that that's your name?
Yeah, that's what I'm going by.
Yeah, Yaz, that's right. But Yaz, your father, after his position within the Guild of Alchemists back in Ramsey had been compromised, only a few weeks ago, in fact, he felt he has come along this journey, and though he's not acting, as an alchemist, he has been helping the Count as a sort of a seneschal, not officially in any capacity as of now, but. He's been helping out organizationally, and he comes to you, and he says, "Hello, son. How's it going?"
Oh, yeah. Hey, Dad. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, there's something that's been here he is. There's been something that's been going on, and I know that you've not always been so interested in my side of what we do, what our family's been doing. I mean, obviously you don't necessarily want to be interested in what our family has been doing, but anyway,
spit to it, Dad. Spit to it.
Sorry, yeah. Look, the captain he's been looking for some people, and this is not for the Count to hear about. It's nothing bad. It's a bit dangerous, but again, I know that look at you. You've been carrying around the family weapons and armor that no, I've never been minded to use them. But if you want to, make a name for yourself, then this could be a great opportunity. They're going to have a meeting at lunch about it's to do with some horrible business that's been going on. So go to the meeting and see how it goes, and maybe that'll maybe obviously if you don't want to do it, then you should just say no at the time or whatever. But.
Kind of looks like Yaz kind of looks at his father like he doesn't kind of trust the words he said.
Sure. Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, I'll go to lunch. I mean, I'll help him that day."
Yeah, that'll be fine. Sorry. Yeah. And I've got some. I've got to go see to the Count. He's not been feeling too great. I don't think the sea's been treating him too well. He's an old man, of course. Maybe I'll have to go see if we can get some sort of medicine for him. Anyway, don't worry about it.
Yeah, make sure he's all right.
Yeah, of course. Love you.
All right.
And then he walks away, and again, you invited to luncheon. Now, Barlan Donaghy, what have you been doing on the ship? You and your mate of a long time have been on this boat. Guy Hay, Tiefling, here he is. You two. What have you been up to on the boat?
Probably a few too many games of Dragon Chess, which I imagine I've lost my fair share.
No, that's fair. Yeah, he is an older gentleman, but he's got more experience than you. He's probably having a good time leading you on a bit.
Otherwise, trying to stay up deck, trying to get some fresh air, because sea's not not really agreeing with me.
Sure, sure.
I mean, 5 days is that a good time to find 6 days? You get your sea legs, or is it 12, 10? I mean, we're getting there.
Roll a d10 for how many days it took you to get your sea leg. No, a d20 to see if you got them yet.
Okay.
Oh, you got them on after the
settled
first
in.
week. Yeah, that's fine. That's fair enough. Kaipe, he's guy's not feeling so good about the sea. He doesn't love it, but you know, he's a tough guy, and he's not making a fuss about it. As you guys are chatting, hanging out, guy's made quite a few friends amongst the crew, and one of the crew members is chatting with him, and points down actually at the first mate of the ship, and guy says to you, "Hang about, Balin, I'm gonna go. Is it Balin or Barn? Are we going with
Balin?
Balin? Okay. Hang about, Balin. I'm just gonna go have a chat with the first mate for something." And
Yeah,
you see
alright.
them-
Keep making friends.
He goes down to the middle deck. Ooh, he gets stretched out hugely, apparently.
Oh, Jesus.
Monstrous.
Cronenberg.
This is all happening at different times of day, by the way. Like this is just before lunch now, in fact.
Yeah.
And
I'll see.
you see them having a chat for a bit. Do you want to do anything vis-a-vis anything different about the situation, or do you want to just
I'll
wait?
keep an eye on it. See if it looks like he's. I think I could tell the difference between his usual chit chat and his
Sure,
business
yeah.
chit chat at this point, and it looks a little bit more business.
Yeah, you can't hear what they're saying, but the first mate has been talking for a little bit, and at something he says causes Guy to sort of suddenly, first of all, he sort of stiffens up and he's no longer quite so casual. He's like, a dark look comes across his face, and then he takes he holds his hands up and shakes his head, like he's disagreeing about something, and there's a bit more insistence, and he keeps shaking his head more vehemently that no, not doing that. But he points over at you, and he says, and he says something, and he says, "Hey, Ben, get down here."
I was wondering when you'd introduce me to your friend.
Eric looks over, and the guy says, "He's not got as much experience with me, but this guy knows what he's doing. He knows his way around a
What am I
crossbow.
getting roped into this time?
You know I don't fight anymore. It's not something that I want to be doing.
No.
But there's sometimes, it needs to be maybe some fighting needs to happen, it seems like, and I think you're pretty competent. You've kept up with your skills, haven't you?
Yeah, well, place a good shot and don't get hit.
Yeah, that sounds good. Eric Lou's looking up and down and getting like, well, everyone else is with us, so sure. Come to lunch. In fact, come with me now. I think it should be beginning just now. Thanks, Guy.
Sure.
And the first mate goes to the captain's quarters.
Whatever this is, Guy, it's your fault.
It'll be fine, man. Don't worry about it.
I better be.
He pats you on the back and he says, have a blast. Right. So you guys, I don't have a map of the captain's cabin, and for that I deeply apologise, but it's in here.
Abandoning session.
I know, right? Bad.
I want my money back.
Do you guys all turn up on time? I hope. And just in case anyone wants to be late. I assume not, but
I imagine I'm the last if I'm arriving with the first mate.
yeah, that makes sense.
I'll be coming in probably with them just about as
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
last
You see people have gone in like, okay, now it's time to.
I'd be early. I've got nowhere else to be.
Sure. I'll just position you guys in a vague.
Yeah, I
way.
imagine me and Ryan would just cross over whenever. It seemed,
Yeah, like it's lunch. The lunch is usually obviously this big boat. Not everyone's always on it, but it has the largest facilities and the most like storage for resources. So there's usually like a lunchtime like mess dinner hall situation where a bell is rung and everyone goes and gets some rations, gets some a shot of rum or something, whatever they are allowed, and they eat on it. And
Is
again,
there any
winter's
kind
coming
of
in.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, sir.
Is there any kind of like a formalised guard amongst these boats? I mean, are there anyone in general uniforms, or is it quite a impromptu?
It's very ragtag. You've seen a couple of people who are definitely guards, and of course the Count has his bodyguards, who stand in front of his cabin, which is somewhere. It's in this main building.
Sure.
But there's not many organized guard force. Definitely the Count would have been unhappy to have taken along the majority of the guards for his county when being.
Do we have some time to talk among us before this lunch begins, or is it immediately?
Sure. Yeah. Well, before there's going to be lunch first. The captain invites you. Says, "Hey, sit down, enjoy, feast, and we'll speak afterwards. Don't worry about it." And before you is a fine set of kind of average food. Some of you have lived pretty nice lifestyles, and this is fine. But it's not. It's it's a ship.
This looks great.
Nice food on a ship.
Yeah, this is nice.
What comes to the chef? Of course, I'll let him know.
I've made such a feat in a long time. Very good.
Well, this is a ragtag group of faces.
Definitely is. Miss Fernbrand looks to her right to the Triton.
Oh,
Did you know that
Hello.
there are sharks here? Apparently, very dangerous. Did you ever jump in the water? I heard that Tritons do that stuff.
They love it.
how fast are these ships made?
I don't have it in miles per hour, but like
But feet, I guess feet.
I don't have it in feet either.
How would Raj swim to keep up?
That's the question.
Yeah.
I think on a good windy day, you probably would find it very difficult to keep up with them for like a long period of time. Like you could sprint swim, as it were, to overtake, but the ship's basically it's probably going like 50 feet. A thing again on a good day with like the tides.
I guess I would ask, well, not ask you, Theo, if
yes, hello.
are the waters safe to swim in?
You've probably been in and out occasionally over the last. You didn't. You know that you didn't go in last night or the night before, and you know that there have been some other Triton who had they weren't in a. They were in like a weird boat that was made out of a shell of some sort. You haven't seen them for a few days actually, but you know that they were around, and they were in and out of the water quite a lot, and they seemed a bit weird. Those other Triton, but of course, you didn't grow up with them, so.
Oh, I've seen your face. Didn't someone thought guy thrown overboard when you jumped in?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you caused a fuss. Someone thought you slipped in.
Oh, I've only been on the other ship.
You've probably occasionally. Actually, to be fair, I don't even know if you would have been on the Breath of Fire line. Maybe not.
It's a small world. Word travels because there's nothing else to talk about.
The wind.
Yeah, have you seen the water? It's wet.
Oh, isn't it glorious? The wetness.
Are you sure you want to establish that as a character?
I love the sea.
Okay, that's fine. May not say the wetness.
Yeah, I wish
The dampness.
wish the sea loved me.
Well, it's certainly different to back home. So vast.
Isn't it?
How long have we got left?
What, of lunch?
Yeah.
Of sea.
Of sea? Yeah, the captain says, well, it's a little hard to say how long this journey's to be. The only record of this journey we've got is 500 years old. And
500 years?
Yeah, for what I'm very sure.
exactly. That was when the refugees originally came over. And from what their language was a bit weird, and the records haven't survived well. They didn't really want to talk about it for some reason. But they took about 2 months. But again, 500 years ago, ships were, well, not what they are today. So I think it'll be about a month. So I think we're about halfway.
We've got this weird ship outside, the one which,
almost over so
seems to be
soon.
needing.
Yeah, what with the face on it? That's not right.
Yeah, that's our shit. It's great.
Well, it's glorious, isn't it?
It's wonderful.
How does metal float?
I'm very curious how it moves.
I'm not entirely sure about the science of the whole thing, but
I don't know. I think
the mysteries of the sea.
I think Dame was doing some evil rituals in there to keep us afloat, but who knows? At this point, we can't. We don't get to know.
I looked
I
to
did
the. See, I'm confused a bit here with the naming. Like the captain is the one in red, and the one in
The
black
captain is the guy on the left with the huge beard. And
Oh. And the one in.
And he's the guy. The guy on the right is the first mate.
Oh, the first mate. Okay, I confused those.
I think they are visible in acquaintances.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, Eric LaRouge is not. I'll show to players. There we go.
Yeah.
there
we
it is.
go. Ooh.
Is he only ever in profile?
He's always looking over his shoulder. The original drawing of him was even more extreme. You couldn't see his face. He was
Was that smoke slowly billowing?
Does he never face you then?
He's always a bit side on. I think he's a strange man.
I hope his neck's okay.
Well, yeah.
Captain,
Maybe
if it's okay, I would love to take a closer look at the second ship that's been crossing the seas with us. I've got a bit of a knack for machinery myself, and I'd just be curious.
Oh, he's. You want to look at the Desire?
Yeah.
Well,
it is my desire, you could say. She laughs at her own joke.
Good luck with Deimos. I don't think he's gonna be alright with that. He's
quite stern captain.
He's a bit grumpy.
Is he?
He just doesn't like people. He likes to interfere in other people's things, and he doesn't like people interfering in his thing. What's wrong with
the
that?
guy with the missing arm?
Yeah.
And the eye patch.
Oh, I've heard about him.
He's alright, but I've lived on that ship for like 10 years, and I've never seen how it works. So.
You've lived on a ship for 10 years?
Yeah.
We've been walking around and stuff outside of the ship, but.
Yeah, I mean, not
that makes
always on the ship, but we'd be a little bit stir crazy. I'm definitely not crazy.
I, for one, am convinced.
That's why I'm convinced.
Right.
Berlin kind of looks around at everyone like, I'm not seeing the common thread here. This really is quite a mixed bag.
Well,
it is. Are we all from Gravel, I assume?
Well,
more
or less.
You all got on the boat at the same place. Look, I'll be frank. The reason you're all here is
hello, Frank.
Hello. Good one. I've reason to believe that you six can handle yourselves, and you're how should I put this? You're not directly under the Count's employ. Now, you probably don't know this, but me and the Count go back a long, long time. We're great.
Oh, how long?
500 years.
500 years. The Count is about. The Count is about in his late 60s, and this guy's probably not more than in early 50s. But he gave me my first job, of course, and he's let me rise to the rank that I am. And I've, as the former head of the fleet for Amstead, we've shared many counsel, but I will tell you this of him: he is a man who mistakes. How should I put this? Cowardice for caution. He is not a man. He's out of his depth right now, and we cannot avoid what's going on by not acting.
So there is something going on.
Aye. I think you guys have probably had your dinner by now. It'll be taken away.
So how do folk go missing on a bunch of boats at sea?
People are going missing.
I mean, everyone's been.
I've heard it's a bunch of half
rumours.
I mean,
I haven't seen the Trident ship in a while.
Alright, well, I'll get you up to speed, shall I? Eric, could you just make sure no one's snooping outside? And Eric says, certainly, sir. And he steps outside, he closes the door, and he's presumably watching outside to make sure no one's sneaking up.
Single gunshot.
Yeah.
This guy's been staring at a little group.
Well, okay, these guys aren't like here, technically. They just haven't tightened it up.
There's a queue.
Yes, here. Hello.
What is going on?
Get off the table.
I hope that's what it was, but I guess it is now. Okay. 2 days
Can't wait
ago.
to-
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I can't wait to hear Albert Wesker.
Oh, yes. Well,
Al Spoon.
Alsger Welbert. Yes.
Before this kind of happens,
Sure, yeah.
because this guy was famous, what do we know about Captain Black Sheep?
Captain Black Sheep. You'd probably know actually because you've been around quite a little bit, and you know. So this guy, you know that Gavel does not have a recent history of war, so he's not really won like a lot of military victories. But you do know that he's been very active in countering sort of any sort of raiding, pirating that goes up and down the coast. Again, Gavel's relatively safe, but you know that he's been essentially the admiral of the Ramstead fleet, which is not a big fleet at all.
So what fighting would have gone on, this guy would have done?
Not loads.
Yeah, but what there would have been, we would have relied on him.
Yeah,
And he was all right.
He looks very fierce.
Your country has not been at official war with another sovereign nation for a long while because the king, the now dead king, who was the count's brother, was entirely focused his efforts into like maintaining the peace with the two nearby nations who were at war. So in the history of Gavel, it has occasionally fought on either side against the others, and occasionally even against both.
And pirates and things. And
Again, raiders, pirates, that sort of thing. But yeah, this guy, he has had some experience against essentially pirates and brigands for the most part. And you know, there's monsters and stuff. There's goblins and there's other things. But yeah, I think from what you know of him, again, you're not a fool. Most of the tales about him seem to be about how scary he is, from his appearance, mostly. Not actually anything to do with him personally. You wouldn't have ever really believed him because you probably have seen him around and seen that he's quite jovial.
Is he human or is it like hard to tell?
He's a tiefling.
A tiefling.
Well, he's got huge horns.
I couldn't tell whether it was horns. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
I thought it was like part of his dress up.
I shall experiment.
I like him.
He's this big.
Oh
too.
God! What does he want from us mere mortals?
Right, I'll get you up to speed.
Oh jeez, it's so intimidating.
2 days ago, the Triton who've been escorting us, your lads, points at you, Orion.
Oh,
They.
unfortunately, I'm not associated with them.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. They weird folk anyway. They went on ahead because they said they were going to do some scouting. We're not expecting them back for about a week, maybe 2 weeks, 8 days, something like that. They said to watch out all sea devils and how their people have been fighting against the evils. I don't know if you've spoken to them. It took a while to say not much. Mostly talking about the efforts to, protect us, which I'm fine with. Obviously, it's great, but they aren't here. But they were saying that there are dangers in this water that they are looking for. But again, they've gone ahead, so we can't rely on them. Then, after they had departed, people started seeing reports that there were a lot more sharks around than usual. They're like, fine, it's the ocean. It's uncharted waters here.
Yeah.
And then, last night, and it shames me to say it, during the night when we had, raised sails, weren't moving around too much, one of the halfling fishing boats, which had a whole family on it, it drifted a little far from the lights of the breath, and by morning, there was no one aboard. But there was quite a lot of blood below deck.
Below deck?
Yeah,
So last time I checked, sharks didn't board boats.
Well,
That's what I was saying. If it was on deck,
yeah, sharks don't often get onto boats, and then not in my experience, but the Count, again, he's not a man of the ocean. He thinks that if we all put more effort into sticking close during the night and keep an open eye, that we can avoid these things. But that's not how the sea works. Things will drift. Things will not be under your control. The ocean is a chaotic mistress. It is not planned.
Very so.
Certainly isn't flat.
Well, exactly. So there is. I think it is foolish, but there is also. I believe that the Count is unwilling to risk the lives of his men, who have sacrificed their lives at home to come with him. Which again, he is an honourable man, but this is not the time to be cautious.
So because we're not associated with him, you think he would be fine with us investigating?
You do not report to him. And I think if this goes well, then he will have to accept that it was a good idea.
Do you, Yaz gulps, do you, did they take any valuables or anything?
It's hard to say, because they weren't there. But all their clothing that they had definitely on with them was gone, and if they had any money, gold, silver, it's not there either. They were not a rich family, by any means.
Everyone has a little.
I mean, I hate to say it, we're 10 days out at sea. This sounds like a people problem. I mean, you sneak onto a boat, well, you've got an ocean to dump a body in.
Well, agreed, there is definitely something at work here. My plan, if you choose to accept it, I would like you to get onto that boat and drift out tonight. Far. Again, people have been seeing these sharks still. Again, I don't really know if that's related, but it only started when this happened. But, drift out, but be ready for whatever comes out.
A trap.
Yes.
Bait.
Exactly.
So bait. We're bait.
Exactly. None of my men are experienced fighters. All the veterans, remained in Gavel, of course. They felt, and the Count agreed, that the defense of the county is more important. So, I think that you six are our best shot.
Oh, very much so.
I can't offer you much, but I can promise I can kick a little bit of extra rations your way.
No wonder Guy didn't want to get involved in this.
That's a shame. But yeah, that is his offer.
Well, personally, I'm not necessarily that experienced with fighting, but I can patch someone up if they get bit by a shark.
I'll take it. My people have an uncanny ability to speak to marine life, so if it's a shark problem, it will be easy to resolve.
Yeah.
I like our odds with Fishboy, and I owe the Count a favour. I'm in.
I like my odds with this Adonis sitting across. His rippling muscles.
Wynn's been sort of sitting back, I guess not. Hard to say if he's paying attention or not. He's been,
I have to say, he's been working out for 10 days straight.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything, but he has muscles where I didn't know there were muscles. So why do you need the other 5 of us? Have you seen the man?
Well, overconfidence will get you all killed.
Oh, Christ.
How ambitious.
Again, Wynn looks like a very, very, probably like an 18-year-old, but he is an elf, so it's hard to say how old he actually is.
You could be like 20 or 100.
Yeah.
I'm in Black Sheep. If it helps, then I'll do it.
Yeah.
You're a sword fighter, right? You've got a shield and a sword, so...
anyone in the room that knows how to wear armor would see that it's horribly digging into my neck.
Oh.
And it doesn't fit me.
Captain Black Sheep looks at you a little bit worried, but you're in good company.
I'm slightly too big for my armor.
Well, yeah, you're too big for armor, so you have to. So it's like pressing.
There's this common understanding. I understand your pain moment between the Triton and
When
Jazz.
across the room from you, you've been distracted by glinting shiny green armor.
Oh, stop talking about it. I don't want to know.
Curiosity. No,
I'm just waiting for anyone who asks a question about it. I won't bring it up until.
No, that's fine.
I mean, I wouldn't ask about it. I've seen it before.
Yeah, you know all about it.
Yeah, but I'm done, Captain. When my friend here fails to talk to the fish, I'll just skewer them.
Oh,
Thank you.
another burn by my brass friend.
I think we got everything covered then.
Do you...
It's rations, right? Or is there anything else?
What, as payment?
Yeah.
Well, money as well, right?
I'll see what I can kick your way. Gold, as much gold as I... well, whatever gold's going to be worth. And,
Do you,
Anything we get.
do you happen to own any...
commune, guys.
do you happen to own any rare herbalism of sorts in your storage?
let me just roll the insight.
Didn't you just say we're getting extra rations?
He looks at you, it's like, oh, I see. Yes, I've got some rare herbalism. Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Here's my crack pipe.
I'll make sure there's a pound of the halfling leaf in it for you as well.
Oh.
A pound of halfling.
Oh,
leaf.
that's not what I
I mean, you're gonna need the extra rations.
And then he also produces from a drawer. He gets up and goes to his desk and he produces a bottle of this, and he pulls out a bottle. Tombstone, could you make it? Oh, sorry, Win. Could you make a perception, please?
Oh yeah, it's very good. Oh, it's not good.
Oh.
It looks familiar, the bottle that he pulls out, but he quickly sticks it back in the drawer.
Oh, you've piqued my interest.
Exactly. Okay, so he's Eric will take you to the ship, and you'll. I suggest you take however long you have left in the day to prepare yourselves, prepare the ship.
What
It's
are we?
not a large vessel, I will say that. So
I mean,
could get cramped.
it's been a few days, and I mean, word of this stuff's already started spreading around. People are going to notice us gearing up for a boat. What are we? Are we saying anything? Are we not saying anything?
You could say we hunt for sharks.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm good at keeping my mouth shut, but
My plan is, as much as a plan goes, to have it resolved before it can become an issue of insubordination. And if there is any punishment to be doled out via the Count, I will take full responsibility, fear not. But again, I know the man. I do not think you'll suffer for solving an issue.
No,
I think even if it goes wrong, the Count's a very forgiving man.
he is.
Exactly.
yeah, that's true.
I don't mind helping if
if
it helps the crew and the Count in particular.
If it goes really, really wrong, we won't matter because we'll be dead.
Oh dear.
That is...
Well, you could argue that if we don't do it now, we will die anyway later.
Exactly.
Wow, this is a real group of optimists, guys. Come on.
Well, actually, while I do have you here, and he pulls out a scroll of paper and parchment. Next of kin, just in case. You know, I don't want to assume.
Give it to Guy.
That's for he scribbles down bail to Guy, stuff to Guy.
I'd leave all my worldly possessions to Pluto.
All right, yes, okay. Dragon Ball names. Okay. All other Mexicans you'd probably assume family. Although, I guess we'll give your stuff to the other Triton when they come back. Oh wait, no, you said you don't associate with them. Oh, sorry.
Well, I'm
Presumptive.
I'm sure it's going to be fine.
Okay.
What if it's not a shark? Are we dead, alive? What are we doing? Because my money's on not a shark.
I'm not
agreed.
Oh, that's
I'm not
right.
expert to see, but
What if
sharks
it's a
don't
criminal?
fly around
Should
and kill
we
people.
hand him over to you?
We'll just have to play it by.
Or should we just tell
Well,
him to go away?
if there's someone who does come up and they are communicative, they have murdered. Let me just see. 8 halflings.
Oh,
A family.
That's like 4 people.
Oh,
Black sheep.
halflings are.
That's funny, but it makes time.
Yes, sir.
I know you don't have much experience out at sea this far.
No man I know does. But yes.
But if we're in for anything aquatic, is there anything we should keep an eye out that could board a ship that you know of?
Again, these Triton. I'm trying to remember what they said. There was a lot. Believe me. I mean, I know of legends of Leviathan, Dragon, Turtle, Kraken, and all these things, but I don't think they are quite so precise. Sea devils was a term they brought up a couple of times. And there's and around the coast of Gal, there's these horrible little fishmen, crazy buggers, but I don't think they'd come out this far. Or maybe, I don't know. Uncharted waters, you see.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah, it sounds like we're squarely on the bit of the map that normally says there be monsters.
Yeah.
Isn't it exciting?
It is.
I find it more terrifying, but
I can't wait.
The mysteries of the sea.
I'm not fearful.
Waiting to be unreleased.
Rose, I'm really hoping that you can get over the fact that the place we're going to is not going to have loads.
well, he's got to make the most of this,
I've
isn't
got to
he?
make the most. I've only got 2 weeks left of this bad boy.
They'll be close.
There'll be caves
Eric will
with
show you to the
water.
the kettle whistles ship. That was the family.
Kettle whistle.
Get on with the family, right?
It's not even right. Couldn't even give them a proper sea burial.
And that's it, mine. No one else missing, nothing else going on. Just the Tritons disappeared off ahead and a whole...
They scouted off ahead, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, this is last night we're talking about here. I hope to nip this in the bud.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so yeah, the ship is this one down here. It's the third ship at the bottom. This little...
The little circular.
Yeah, this little round ship, and it does have it's got a sail with a boom, which would go. I do have a boom thing because it can move. Where is it? The boom token. That's a good name. Here it is. Yeah, it's a bit short, isn't it? There you go. Boom.
Okay.
ready for adventure.
There's only one floor beneath it. It's very small. Again, it is a halfling family room, but not a comfortable one. There's mostly bunk beds and hammocks, and there's a little table and a stool in the middle.
How is it being kept? Is it been lashed to another boat, or
The Eric, when he's bringing over, say we've had a few men manning it for today, but they've been keeping close during the day. Again, tonight, well, it'll be up to you to let it drift a bit further behind. Well, good luck.
when do you want us on it? Sundown?
You can, if you want to get on it and start preparing whenever you feel. That's fine.
It's
I think
probably sooner the better, but I would like to say talk to my folks before we move on. So maybe in 2 hours.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think I'm out of drink for stick him in a girl on this one.
Adra, keep you. And then he turns the boat and Eric goes back to the captain's quarters. So you guys are now free to prepare how you want for sundown. It's sort of like 1 to 2 o'clock-ish now. So you've got... It is beginning of winter, so sundown's probably going to be at like 5 to 6.
Can I
5 or 6, not 5 minutes to 6. Anyway, sorry, yes.
Can I, as we're leaving, can I corner Orion and how do you pronounce it? Enceladus? Is that it?
Sam, yeah, I think he's currently
Kalidas,
outside,
he
but-
said, without the end.
Enceladus, okay.
Yeah. I assume so, right?
In Cladders?
Enceladus, yeah. Or Enceladus.
Alright, I'd like to kind of corner them as they're leaving. Oh, you two, Orion.
Oh, I'm back. Hello.
Hey,
You're being addressed.
hey, as we're leaving, I know you two come from the Desire and you guys know how to fight. Is there anything... Can you give me any pointers before this? I'm not too good with a blade, and he draws the blade, and you see that he's got one finger above the guard.
Oh. I will just gently grab his hand and place the offending digit where it should be and hold it like that.
Okay.
You're gonna cut your finger off.
Oh, but it lets me hold it better.
You're gonna have to get used to that weight. You have to carry that weight.
You have to carry that weight.
You have to carry that, yes. Show me your best slash.
All right. No, I do it kind of in a direction.
Oh.
All right. I thrust the point.
Oh my god!
Oh, that was to GM.
It was an 8.
An 8?
It was an 8.
Oh.
He points it out pretty low, pretty bad.
Well, then, Cletus, I'm not sure if you can help. They're gonna kick you off.
It's not the worst place to start. At least he didn't cut himself when he tried to swing.
That's true, but
The 3 shield boys.
yeah, it's true.
Well, two experts and 1 noob. You also see that he hasn't got his arm through the shield. He's kind of just holding it like flat on, like it's an handguard.
Boy, I feel this might take all night.
You need to put the shield on properly, otherwise someone's just gonna knock that out of your hand.
Do you just do it? Do you just slap it once?
I put down my spirit and just like backhand slap it out of his grip.
Oh, it rolls away.
Could you roll? No, could you roll a? Sorry. Yes.
Sorry.
Could you roll a? What would you like to roll for learning from this? What would make sense to you? Do you think?
Should I make a roll on how good we teach as well?
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, I don't know. Probably intelligence. I guess it would be.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm terrible at it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna learn something. I think.
All right. I'll give an intelligence.
What would we do, Raj?
Cool.
Ooh, that's a
fuck.
good idea. -1, I forgot.
I'm trying to think what would be most useful for To be honest, a lot of my stats are the same, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm quite bad.
Well, it'd be one of you would be helping the other, so it'd be a help thing to train.
Well, what do you want us to roll for this, Mr. Dungeon Master, sir?
Performance, maybe?
Performance? What's your performance?
That makes sense.
My performance is 2.
Same.
That's good.
I'm
One of you with advantage. Come on, it doesn't matter now.
I'll roll advantage.
Good man.
Hey.
No, you get an inspiration.
Oh,
Nice.
You think you've learned something. You're gonna try and put it into practice.
keep the shield up.
Shield between you and whatever's there.
All right, got it. Got my handhold ready. Okay, not gonna cut my finger off. Right, thanks. Thank you.
No worries.
And as I walk away, I guess we two just look at each other and shake your head.
Before you kind of check if there's a button on the top of his armor that can be undone, so his neck isn't
It's like just
put it on.
he missed the button or something.
Yeah, you'd kind of fiddle with it, and you'd just see that it's. I don't know how to wear it.
Okay. That's gonna have to be another time.
Really,
Like I don't have an undershirt.
Yeah, it's not fitted to.
It chafes me.
This
I
was
cringe
an
at
armor made for someone else.
I cringe at the chafing, the idea.
That is a fair point, actually. I will, vis-a-vis armor stuff, if you find a legendary modified to fit you, depending on who you are, that will be a thing. So,
yeah.
This armor has not been fitted correctly.
I thank you guys.
Always here to help.
Are you obviously a human, or?
No. Well, my features are kind of. I'm young.
Yeah.
About the same age as you guys, actually. I don't have pointed ears like a half elf or anything. But my hair is a weird color, and my eyes are quite blue. But I seem human, but a bit weird.
I think he would assume you're human. He's like,
I just human.
I think particularly for other races, it's like, who are humans?
Pretty human. Yeah, it's close enough. And tieflings come in all sorts of different varieties of looking quite human to looking very not human. So,
So yeah, just a weird human.
Sure.
Can you write to me what your parents' names were?
Can I write you?
Yeah, just type them at me so I can.
Basically, I wish you good hunting human, and then as you walk away, I just looked at Orion and just face palm.
Yeah, someone's to pay. I feel that.
Oh God.
But yeah, the ship's down there if you want to look at it and investigate and whatever prior to waiting.
That is definitely...
Oh yeah, I think we'd definitely all get there a bit early to investigate the ship.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. As Phil wants to have some. Anyone else want to talk to anyone else before beginning prepping?
I'll swing by Guy again. Start gearing up. I wouldn't be carrying all my stuff
I'd
around.
probably
so.
go back to Galatea and tell her what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, summarizing, she just says, she looks at you and she's like, well, I'm sure you two will be fine. You're growing up pretty well. We've taught you well.
You have.
Keep your eyes open. I'll try.
I'll do you proud, Galatea.
About time to start earning our keep here.
Galatea, pats your shoulder around and says, bloody, she says a name of a god who I'm not going to say out loud because that's a big spoiler, and says, wow, you're huge. I remember when you were tiny.
Oh, I was just a...
I remember when you fit that armor.
We need to sort him out another set.
Oh, this is my... You already know the story of this armor.
I do.
Of course.
It need not remind me.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Phil.
Yep. Sorry, I was also going to strike it because I got messages from everywhere, but I wasn't streaming.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
So
I forgot I hadn't put them in yet. I didn't want to. I had just had Anderson for their names currently. Ooh, that's fine. You're gonna make me try and say that. Okay, that's fine. We'll figure it out. Okay. So, Phil, you wanted to talk to your parents before?
Yes,
this, right?
I would like to quickly.
So your parents would be below deck, I imagine. Again, your mother's not been feeling. She's not been feeling great in general, but also this journey, she's not a sailor, so she's not been feeling too good.
Yeah.
Your dad spent a lot of his time. Again, there's not a lot of carpenting to do right now. Maybe every now and again something might break and he'll help. But again, he's not the only carpenter on board. There's some other quite famous ones around.
Of course.
So he's been helping out, and so they're in. They don't really have a room of their own, but they have like an area that you guys have.
Yeah. Just kind of put it into. Oh, right there.
That's huge. Hello. How's it going? That's your dad.
Of course.
What's up?
Hey, Dad, I got a job. I got a job to help the captain for. And
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a journey. So we're gonna take one of the boats, and we're gonna we're gonna head out, and it's like multiple people. So we're just kind of making sure that the like coast is safe and stuff, and
Well, that sounds fine, right? And then your mother sort of and how what are you getting out of it?
I'm getting out of it some gold, more food, and I did ask whether there's any rare herbalisms or some of the sorts.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I'll get something ready. I know the cough has been getting worse, so I'll mix something up.
You need to just stay safe, yeah? Okay.
I will. Thank you, Mom.
She's your dad will take you aside. She's if you find the cough's been bad, but it's I think there's definitely the sea air has not been too good for her. So if you could find any, even like a nice treat would be, I think would calm her down a bit.
Okay, I'll look out for it, Dad.
Thanks a lot. Yeah. What is it tonight? Is this?
Yeah. It's just like in an hour or so, but people are getting ready. I need to sort out a lot of my stuff as well. Yeah.
Well, we both know that you're going to do great things. Of course, so I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. No. Of course. I'm not worried. Everyone seemed pretty capable.
Great. I mean, capable of. What, of sailing around? Yeah.
Of just making sure that everything is safe and stuff. One of them is the guy who's been doing push-ups for like 10 days.
Oh,
You know the guy, the one with green hair.
Yeah, we've seen him. I think we saw him doing like swinging from the hammocks, like doing like monkey bars. It was very impressive, I guess.
Well, if he falls down, I'm gonna patch him up. That's my job.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, it's good. And your mother says it's good that you're making some friends.
Yeah.
On this boat, you shouldn't worry about us so much.
Oh.
But again, it's a good thing you're looking out to get paid as well.
Of course. Anyway, I should really get my things sorted. Just say if it's get too much now. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah.
And
okay.
So they'll probably have an easy day today. Again, he's probably fit enough, despite being a bit old, to be able to help around. But I think he's probably got a few days let off doing any work just to help look after his wife who's sick.
Yeah.
So they're not expecting him to do anything. Good stuff. Right. Any other things, or are you going to go to the boat now?
That would be it for me. She just get her things ready, work it all out, and because it's quite a mess, all the different knickknacks she has, so it needs to be very meticulously sorted. So she's spending a long time doing that before everyone gets up later.
Right. Okay. I'll put you guys on to the boat map, which is literally just the boat that's down there, but it's.
It wouldn't need any discussions, but Balin would head back to his quarters and sort of start getting ready, putting things in pouches, strapping on armor and the like. In kind of contrast to perhaps the somewhat, especially after 10 days at sea, somewhat haphazard conditions other people might have their bunks and areas in.
Sure, yeah.
Balin's is still like very meticulous, folded sheets, everything.
He's ready to put it all in a bag and jump away as soon as
he's got his go bag.
Scary.
It's ready to go on.
He's got his go boat.
Yeah.
Well, I'll probably walk up to you like, he's probably he's eating a piece of like chicken. He's got a chicken drumstick he's chewing on from lunch. He's like, hey there, sorry about dropping you in that. It's all good, yeah?
What did they tell you before you landed me in it?
Oh, just that there'd be a bit of fighting involved. He wanted me to, he knows about where we're from and what we used to do for a bit.
Sure.
And he knows. Anyway, fighting involved.
Yeah, that would have been nice to know before I ran my mouth a bit. But
sure. Sorry. Look, I'll when we get to where we're going, I'll make sure the first cask of whatever I brew up is I'll give it to you. Yeah.
Oh, like you weren't already going to.
Well, that's the test ones, and then there's the ones for sale.
All right.
Anyway.
I'll take you up on that.
You're busy tonight then doing this, yeah?
Yeah, it's all very mum's the word, keep it close kind of thing.
Oh, no, you know me.
Bit of a mixed bag crew though. I don't know where they found some. Although what's the guy that's been doing press ups on the deck?
I love how everyone.
That guy. Yeah. I tried to have a chat with him the other day, but I think it's hard to approach him.
Yeah, it's So, I mean, it'll be a story if nothing else.
Well, yeah. Let me know what he can do.
Oh well.
Curious.
Yeah. Cheers. Well, probably be early hours or tomorrow before I see you again.
No, fair enough. Good luck. And he
thanks.
shakes his hand and he says, did you choose a god if you chose a new god, by the way, or do you not have one, or do you not get?
Balin will probably be trying a few out since leaving. At the moment, I would probably say Celestian because a god of Wanderer.
Right. Well, he'd know that, your mate. So Celestian keep you.
Yeah. Thanks. You too.
And right, so you guys will go to this boat. Yeah, if you can, you guys. Yes. If you want to drag on a token, there you go. Sam has done it.
Oh yes.
Or the hero. Let me just go to the GM. Let me just go to the GM info.
Yeah. In contrast to our slightly ill-fitted companions, Balin's armor is meticulously. It's very form-fitting, very well positioned. He's quite a lithe build.
It's very organised. It's got a lot of pouches.
Lots of pouches.
Yeah.
What was the ship called?
This ship is, I think, I think it's called Lemon Boat in the vehicle section.
Lemon boat.
It was called the lemon-shaped boat, but this is Lemon Boat. And
Lemon boat.
yeah, it says Lemon Boat on the side. It appears to be maybe a bit of an all-purpose like cog, as it were, like just a not fast, sturdy boat for fishing, transporting goods, that sort of thing. Sort of things that halflings want.
Is this something that's been sort of repurposed, or is this very much halfling built for halflings, with everything being halfling sized?
That's just a fair point. It's probably everything built halfling size, so the hatch is like a little bit smaller than you'd like, and the boom in particular is quite low, so you'd have to duck to. You're not prone to get under it, but you have to be quite low to get under it to duck under it. It's like a chest height, which is more of a bit tend to be. And there's a, sort of like ropes around the side that appear to just be there for utility's sake. And again, down below is just a case of a room with some like hammocks, bunk beds, and a little table, and like storage for food and stuff, that sort of thing.
When we are bored, do we relieve any of the previous sort of hands that were? Yeah,
so on some of the crews will hand you off as you go, and there's about 2 guys man. I have not drawn all the crew members, so they are not new.
How dare you?
They're gonna die, so who needs to? I can cross 8 orbits off the list.
Well, I'll help with the ship, I guess, with my hammer.
Sure, you could even swim around it if you fear no sharks, potentially. You have a look.
We should probably introduce ourselves to each other.
Where am I?
Let you know what you can do. Yeah.
Drag yourself up.
Oh, okay.
I figured I'd find out when they read out the names of the next of kin.
Oh, that's true. Well, you might, yeah, but you've been before you were speaking to the captain. Now you're speaking to each other. As it were.
Well, now we're all by our lonesome. I'm Orion Stormborn, and this brass bastard is Enceladus.
At your service. Oh,
hello, Ryan. Hello, Calidus.
Hello.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Everyone usually just calls me Miss Fernbrand, which is very formal.
First name Miss, last name Fernbrand.
No. I guess it's fine. My name is Eris.
Yeah. I'm Yaz. Just call me Yaz.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Hello, Yaz. We've got 3 people with shields on. I already feel very safe.
Nothing getting past this iron wall.
Yeah, you 3 up front, lads. I'll hang back with he taps his crossbow with this. And Balin, by the way.
Oh, wait. Don't do you.
How about you? And we look to win, I guess.
The name's Win. There's nothing to know.
There's nothing to know.
Do you not have a weapon?
You say I am the weapon.
He looks like a weapon.
He's a quarter.
He's got a stick. Of course.
That's a stick.
Just this and me.
Oh.
He's elven in features, isn't he?
I mean, he's got elf ears. He's got yellow skin, but never. You've never seen an orc like that.
Yeah.
I say Win. Is it like a diet thing, Win, or is it like an exercise?
Yeah, we're all thinking.
It's a lifestyle choice.
Well, but also the reason that you went to become a monk, you don't even know.
Oh, that's true. I was naturally just amazing.
Calling.
You became a monk to seek out the reasons behind your terrible strength.
Then in that case, I'll just shrug.
It's like, he shrugs, and then you see, like glaciers, his shoulders shifting. It's like, you're blown away.
The sea parts behind him.
Very impressed.
I mean, I've seen. Have you been in a fight? It's not just for show, right? Like,
That's a fair point.
I am trained, yes. I am a monk. I
A
was from a
monk?
monastery in the mountains.
You're a monk.
Yeah, so they're
Why are you
fighting
looking so
people.
surprised?
Well,
Well, monks to me usually wear robes and
they have terrible hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
I'm
martial
you
art
shitty
monks are
childhoods,
the
you know?
unusual monks.
a bit of an exception to the rule, let's say.
what'd the holy book be?
Well, you've got a way. You've got a philosophy.
Depends if you ask.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, you don't necessarily understand it fully, but anyhow. Right. Any boat interactions?
Yeah, has it been? I presume it hasn't really been tidied up, or I mean, there's still blood
There's been people
on the
working
thing.
on it. Their blood has been as clean as possible, but wood stains. So the downstairs is quite unpleasant.
I
Okay.
would like to look at the hatch. Because presumably if something boarded the ship to attack them, they'd lock themselves down and then must have had to have broken in.
Sure.
Yeah, was most of the carnage above deck or below deck? Or
It was
near?
below.
There's
Below,
no
yeah.
evidence of any carnage above. But
So
investigate the hatch. You don't have to make a roll. From what you can tell, there's no real mechanism for locking it.
Oh.
And make an investigation. Sure.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh,
That's good.
Oh.
Nice.
Nice
There's-
investigating.
There's some fresh scratching around the sides. So something's gone down that's too big and had something hard enough to scratch the wood.
I kind of point it out to everyone.
That's a pretty rough sanding job someone's done.
Carpenter's it. Oh wait, well, Fernbrand's dead.
what is other than blood on the bottom? Are there any like slashes or like
Yeah.
cuts or
Well, in the downstairs area.
yeah?
Could you make an investigation for?
Oh,
the-
yeah.
That would be chiefly what Balin's looking for as well. So
That's
advantage, I'm sure.
alright.
it's what weapons or humanoid, well, natural or otherwise, were involved.
Yeah. Okay, so 16. Let me just quickly check what it would be before I lie. I just want to make sure. Okay, you see around the sleeping areas. You also notice that hammocks there's a place to tie up hammocks, but they have been removed, presumably because they were beyond saving in terms of reuse. But you can see around the bedding areas, especially, and some of the actual solid beds, there are. What did you roll? 16, right? You'd know, spear marks. Nothing,
Whoa.
not like a nice, like crossed diamond, like really well made one, but something hard and pointy, thrust heavily into various parts through things, presumably. From the
Well,
body.
that's
Shark
not
bites.
teeth.
And this is no this is no shark.
I mean, unless it's got spears for teeth.
Unless it's got big arms, and I would love to meet a shark like that.
Street shark.
The stories it will tell, but yeah,
Called
this is
it.
definitely-
People problem.
I put
Street shark.
Well, this is worrying.
Yeah, it depends on your point of view. No sharks.
So are we expecting?
I look disappointed.
I feel
So,
safer with the sharps, considering we have Orion here.
So then we must be expecting another boat.
I don't think so.
Maybe it was an inside job. Maybe they all turned on each other.
I mean, I'm wondering
And then disappeared.
Yeah. Oh.
if something came and cleaned this boat out in the night, they're expecting people on it again. I mean, I know we're bait, but bait that someone's got to be watching, right?
Raj, could you roll a history for me, please?
Sure.
Oof. Wow.
Can I give myself guns?
God. Okay, the only thing I will tell you is that when the captain was talking about the Triton talking about sea devils, you think that maybe your mother said something about them, like when you were a child. That's about it.
Are there any personal effects still left on the boat?
Oh, okay. Are you so looking around for anything like that? You actually find that not only are there nothing. There's some clothing and stuff like that, but all like the food is gone. Even things like what you'd expect, like candles, stuff like that, and like anything metallic that you might expect to find is gone. Anything shiny. But yeah, and food is all gone. But clothes, stuff like that's remained. Some of it has presumably been taken away by the people cleaning up as well. But yeah, personal effects, nothing like that.
So it's pirates, probably?
I think it's some sort of primitive race came on board and just wanted to take everything they had, including them.
Sort of like sea goblins, I guess.
Something primitive is my guess.
Some sort of sea goblin sounds pretty convincing to a couple of you.
Could be.
Sea goblin.
Sea goblins. So currently it's late
A
afternoon at this
gilblin.
point. The sun is setting. The crescent sun setting. It's already been pretty dark most of the day. It's gonna be night within an hour or so. So that's how long in terms of like set stuff up in any way. Everything you've got.
Top deck, is the mast particularly climbable? I presume there's not like a...
There's
like
a central mast.
crow's
The
nest or-
front mast, the little black dots are a mast, each one. The front one is very small. It's basically just for like steering directional stuff going on. The central one is probably about 20 feet high. It doesn't have a crow's nest or anything, but
No.
with difficulty someone could perch up there. And it might you might have to make a couple rolls to stay up there for a long time. But
I know someone who would try.
Someone would be easy to stand up there on one hand, presumably.
Presumably.
Other than that, there's some empty barrels below. Not huge ones, but theoretically you could fit a smaller person into one of them. Stuff like that.
You want any small
The
people?
old dwarf in a barrel.
Well, by small, I mean, like, not the people with, like, 16 or 18 strength. That sort of thing. Smaller in frame.
There's no noticeable damage to the hull anywhere as well. Like, when we were below deck, there's
No, not really,
nothing's come in that way. It's all been...
Someone's climbed aboard.
Yeah, if we look around the edge of the boat, kind of down, does there look like there's any claw marks that saying climbed out?
Yeah, are there any markings on, like, you know, like, maybe, like...
No, yeah, that's fair. You guys have made some decent investigations. I'm not going to make... This is quite easy. Around the hatch again, on this end, towards the back, you can actually see that there's been, again, now that you've noticed these sort of scratching, there's something's come off on from this direction, you think.
So like, it's like they're following us.
I'm gonna...
It's not that they're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're going left to right, as it were, in general.
Yeah.
West, yeah. I will always try and make the maps north at the top, as much as I can.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast alarm in this area.
Oh, nice.
On top of the hatch. It's part of my feet.
Cool.
And then-
Can you post it just so I can
Yeah.
just read it as well? Yeah.
Do you actually do it? Do you like
What
lay out
are you,
the thread?
Yeah, what are you doing with that
Oh, I don't know.
string?
It's probably in the compendium.
A master of muscles and a master of the arcane.
No.
Okay.
This is just something I picked up from when I
It's
was
just-
in the wilderness.
Oh, I
It's a
know what you're
tripwire, isn't it?
doing. That's a good trick.
You lay out a little bit of wire around, and everyone's like, ooh. Most of you have more experience with magic and stuff than the average person, but in Gavel especially, maybe like 1 in 100 people can do any kind of magic.
I would say this will let me if anything comes aboard, and I'm gonna go below deck and meditate for a bit.
Okay.
so bye.
Gonna go sleep downstairs.
Should we play?
Above or below deck?
Yeah. Should we? If we're below, then we won't see it coming.
Oh, I can
Yeah,
take
well,
first watch. I like watching the sea.
I don't think anyone should be
I love
alone.
watching the sea. But,
No one should be alone. Yeah.
I'm
Like,
going to make a
it's going to be
recommendation
dark.
of...
I'll steer the ship.
Well, if we are all below deck, then we'll create a bottleneck for where they have to fight us from.
Or they just sink the ship.
Yep.
Can they
Or
do
they don't
that?
come on board at all because they don't see anyone.
Well, they didn't do that last time, so why would they do that this time?
Well,
Maybe if it's too much of a trouble.
If it's too much trouble, then we'll go out to them.
I'm staying up top, it's all the same. And away from the sides, maybe. I don't fancy getting dragged in.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
If for people who want to be below deck, I'll drag in a second boat because it's the same sort of size below deck, and you guys can be on this. But that's on the wrong layer. Yeah. The GM layer. Matt.
should we put health bars on?
There's another boat!
Oh my God!
You guys, the below deck people be on that boat.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it like there, and I'm gonna move this boat up.
Oh boy. My suspension of disbelief, Theo. You're challenging me.
No, I'll make this one darker.
Oh, there we go.
And it doesn't have a boom as well, yeah.
There.
Oh, damn. Here we go.
There, boom.
This is the premium content.
No boom needed on the bottom one. That's below deck. Okay, anyone else gonna wait below deck?
I'm scared of setting off his trap.
Oh, sorry. I've
You
obviously made it so all of you can go through without triggering.
Obviously, says the man that just made some string disappear around a trapdoor. Yeah, obviously.
And listen,
Obviously.
I'm gonna go menacing.
Obviously.
Okay, sure.
I don't
mean,
get it. It's...
I don't think there's much point in splitting up more, so I'm just putting up here.
Let me just draw some bits down.
Here we are. Surprise weapon.
Oh my god, it's gonna totally be that we're all getting our ass kicked and then he's gonna jump through the floor like through the hatch, spinning.
I've been awake.
These are barrels.
No one's sleeping today.
I would stick with the guys with the armor.
I'll call on to Wen saying, the signal will be 3 taps at the end of my trident. And I'll do 3 taps on the
So,
It comes through the floor.
first 3.
Starts playing Guile's theme. When we're waiting, Yaz is trying not to look at Miss Fernbrand. And I would say to Orion, is there any sharks around?
Shall I give a perception check for sharks?
Sure, yeah. Again, it is now night. Night has set, so it's dark. So you're trying to have dark.
Tridents don't have dark vision, but
I was about to
I
ask,
can see,
who does?
I can see underwater.
I think Tiffany's
Orion,
Evenings do.
do you not see so well in the night?
Only underwater, but not on land.
You can stick your head.
Yeah,
here,
I'll stick my head in.
I
say,
can give you something.
Oh, yes.
And she pulls out a pocket watch out of her bag. And here, open it. And she gives it to you.
Okay.
You open it, and it just hits you with light immediately as soon as you open it.
My eyes!
Don't drop it, please.
No.
This was supposed to be a watch, but I mean it's glowing, so it's useful. So I kept it.
No, I shine out like a spotlight to
Okay, could you make a perception, please?
my perception.
It only goes 5 feet.
I will.
Is it like trying to use your phone to walk in the dark?
Exactly that. Imagine that.
I'll mutter myself just a small draconic prayer that I don't really know the
You don't
meaning
know
of.
what it means, no.
I don't know the meaning of it. I'll cast guidance on
It's actually
myself.
10. It's actually 10 feet because it's bright and then
5
dim.
radius.
There you go. You can have that for the night watch, and any of you guys as well, if you're looking for things. I can see pretty well in the dark.
Yeah, you and me both.
Oh,
Ah.
15.
Oh, look at that. Look
Dark
at that
vision
colossal
buddies.
15.
I'm pretty blind.
Pretty blind. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can, just trade it among each other.
I'll huddle near the lamp.
Okay.
Orion, as you wave this light around, you actually get a glimpse for a second of a shark fin, about just in the dim. But as you shine the light on it, it turns away.
Oh.
And as you circle back and forth, you think you're realizing that they're avoiding that you are being followed, and they're avoiding the light. I assume, by the way, you've drifted away from the main fleet as you're supposed to. You probably like.
Can we still see it, or is it?
You can still see it, yeah. Because the main ship has lamps. You can't actually really see, but you can see the lights.
All right. Well,
It's a little flotilla, isn't it?
Men and
Yeah.
women.
What should we have as music?
So, when we see, we drift away, we see, all the little lanterns of all the little ships.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So anyone currently that's what's going on. You guys are standing on. Are you all just sort of standing around on the deck?
I'm looking.
Balin's relaxedly against the mast, but is sort of got into scout mode and is just keep an eye.
I'll be more explicit. None of you are stealthing, are you?
No.
No.
Okay.
Watch out.
I'm looking at this.
But we are perceiving.
Yeah, you're perceiving. Currently, what you've perceived is whenever someone sees that you're looking at them, they leave.
Right.
Okay. Maybe we should play dead.
Oh.
And then surprise them.
How
about we all run under the ship and then...
under the ship?
So we've been...
oh wait, none of you can...
No, I mean, I would prefer not for my back to get into the water. I'm pretty sure it would explode.
I'm pretty good at swimming.
Oh, really?
How,
He starts taking off his armor though.
how high are the sort of the boat sides?
Sorry?
How high are the sides of the boat?
Not high all. Not
Well,
even, barely even waist. This is a hobbit boat. Sorry,
Okay.
halfling boat.
Well, Balin would sort of crouch down and try and be obscured from view unless you're sort of actively getting into the boat.
If you fall prone, you could probably be invisible.
prone.
Sure. So then, prone.
Brian would load a crossbow bolt on to be on the safe side.
Yeah. Are you gonna? Is anyone else gonna look at you and go, "Why are you lying on the ground, man?"
What are you doing?
Are you resting?
Well, I figure anyone's watching this thing is going to see a bunch of armored blokes standing up top, and the last target was some hapless halflings. So.
Oh, I see. So they're maybe
I looked
intimidated.
outside,
That's true.
I saw C. I looked out the other side, C. I looked at the front, C, and you'll never guess what I saw behind us. So, it's kind of a waiting game at this point.
Maybe you guys could hide behind the railing down as well.
Yeah, can we duck behind the? Is the?
It's not high. It's low. It's probably 2 feet tall. The side of this boat.
If you flat.
If you're completely flat, then you.
I'll
if you lie flat, I will allow you to make a stealth check. Essentially.
I might just go wait downstairs.
Okay. Change of plans. Is it? Give us a new signal, and we'll burst down.
Okay.
So, so what do we?
Yeah, you wait up here as bait.
We're clearly too intimidating for them.
Yeah, they're obviously scared of my prowess, so I'm gonna wait downstairs.
We're gonna hide below.
Alright. Drop yourselves down in the lower boat. Anyone who wants to wait down.
So
Tombstone, how
Yaz is up there. Yaz is up there with Miss Fernbrand, who's just kind of looking out at sea, kind of looking around, and Balin, who's laying on the floor
with a crossbow, The man who waits with the crossbow is a fool every night, but who waits on the floor.
Could at least one of you guys stay up? It's just us three here.
I'll wait upstairs. Fine. If they get, they're gonna be too scared. That's my concern.
Yes, kid. Can you how well can you see up here?
Who said that?
I guess the one lying down.
Someone's lying down?
Right
Yeah, you nearly trod on. Yeah, don't watch where your foot is.
It might be best if.
I'm gonna be. Who are the people on top? Are you lying? Are you all?
I'm not lying. I'm looking out still.
Okay. Sure.
I mean, I don't want. I think leaving 3 people upstairs is. Leaving anybody upstairs at all is a bad idea.
Shall we all go wait downstairs?
I guess we could. We could just wait until they board the ship, if anyone comes out.
Like, if they don't set off the alarm and they all just come up and grab everyone, then there's nothing we won't even know.
There's no. If you were to go downstairs though, then there's no one to grab.
Exactly.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Let's get in the hatch.
Okay.
I grab Balin by the foot because he refuses to leave. Come on.
Oh, all right. Come on. Wait. Hang on. Wait.
He does a combat roll to get up, obviously.
Fine.
Right, so you guys, you're in the below deck.
Oh, it looks like he took my advice.
Somebody needed some more convincing.
Okay, this is a bit of a tight fit here.
Win, how do you meditate? Do you have a specific sort of pose? Do you have an attitude that you take on, or you just?
Is it on one pink?
Attitude that I take on. I was thinking, what was the most ridiculous sort of thing
I think you're balancing on a finger.
Yeah.
Balancing on a finger upside down. That'd
be stupid.
I'm definitely not gonna be upside down. That'd be insane.
Okay, fine.
You could be sitting down like with your legs like folded like in the thing, but you're also just got your one arm down. You're balancing on the finger.
Okay.
You're sitting there.
Okay, you walk in on a window. He seems to be sitting cross-legged until you realise
he's floating.
He's pointing at the ground, holding himself up. Okay.
Are you sure he's not just pushing the world away?
Exactly.
I believe it.
So you hunker down here. Wait, you're spending the night, and who's got like the highest passive perception? Or
I have 15.
13.
Make some
Jesus
perception
Christ.
rolls. People who are perceiving things.
I'm perceiving things all of the time. I can't help it.
It's true. Ooh. Well, when you
Do I even need to roll?
Yeah, you need to roll.
So a bit later, after everyone's come down, you start to hear. Oh my God.
The guy who's been looking out the most.
You hear the sounds of things like bumping up against the hull of the boat. Sort of like dull thud. Dunk.
Okay, well, I'm gonna wait till they set off my alarm.
Yeah.
See you, Dave, and let us know.
I'll let you know when the alarm goes off.
But that mean they're opening the hatch.
Yes.
Well, it'd be when they enter
yeah.
enter that square. Yeah. Is it like that? How big is it?
It's 20-foot cube around the thing.
Oh, so like that. Was that how big it is?
It's a 20-foot cube.
No, I'm just
Up to, so it's
20.
tiny.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm just checking. So it's
It
big.
could be the
So
whole top of the boat.
Are you doing the whole boat?
Yeah.
I thought that's what he etched out before.
I didn't notice.
That's what
I thought he just drew around the hatch.
That's what I thought.
I might have, but yeah, then
Okay,
if,
so
if it reaches everything, then everything.
Cool.
As soon as they're on top of the deck.
Fine. That's grand. Well, after probably about an hour and a half of you guys hanging down there, maybe more like 2 actually. So it is now into the night, and it's early rising on the boat. So most people on the main boat will be going to bed, apart from the people who are on like night shift.
Yeah.
The alarm goes off. Does it go off and then it's going off, or does it keep going off if more things happen?
I don't know. I'm having it as the mental ping one. So
It's
I think
2.
it just,
So it'll be so one, the alarm goes off, and then it goes off again.
Well, I say there's people on top of the ship, at least 2.
Oh,
Right.
Well, okay. I'm going to listen for footsteps.
Sure. Let me just
stab him from
position.
below.
I draw my
Position.
scimitar.
This is why I fly through the floor.
If you want.
I draw my scimitar, and then you see me remember the finger, and I move it to what it should be.
I give you a little nod, and then I ready my like.
I give you a thumbs up.
Orion, if you're specifically listening out for footsteps, could you give me a perception, please?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. You think there's one around here, so around here-ish, and you think there's one around here-ish.
I can't see your areas.
Okay, you're not. Oh, sorry, wrong thing, wrong layer.
Oh, there.
There.
So there-ish and there-ish.
Oh.
I'm holding out the pocket light with a little chain on it, so you can put it around your neck. To either you, like, to Jazz and Orion. Just kind of, I'm like waiting for someone to get it.
Okay.
He needs the light the more.
Who takes it?
Hmm.
Who takes initiative?
I take it.
I'm far too embarrassed.
Okay.
We want to roll initiative just to see when things go.
Okay.
So whoever breaches first or whatever. I will roll for their initiative as well. They are just a D20.
I was gonna look at Orion and say we should just charge upstairs.
Alright, here we go. -2 dex, baby.
Get by
This is what it feels to be bright.
Yeah, I'm gonna step
I will now
southward as soon
understand.
as
As soon as you knew there was footsteps, I want to.
Oh, here we go.
How do you add just a thing? Is that a way to do it?
you can. It's
Yeah, just right click a token and say add turn.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that when I'll do that. Well, technically, it's their turn first. Technically, whatever they are. Oh god, all these decimals.
Fuck off, ghost.
So
Fuck off, ghost.
Fuck off, ghost. So they're gonna move.
Don't
And
you
you
go
hear clicking as they move slowly. They're obviously
Sneaky.
sneaking about, but they're not necessarily expecting anything. So you hear mild creaking as they have moved towards the hatch. And now it'll be Orion's turn.
yeah,
I'll put
I
on
will.
some scary music.
Ooh.
I'm gonna bust through.
Oh, fuck.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Let's have an upsetting theme.
I'm gonna bust through here, I presume.
You bust, and I shall reveal to ye the things that are there. As you jump up, have you got the light? Sorry.
Yeah, he does have to.
Yeah, I've got the light on.
You've got the light. You jump up, and you're immediately faced with something quite unpleasant. As there's a disgusting, man-sized, like slimy fish thing with plates of like giant shells on a big spear made out of driftwood and what looks like scrap metal.
Oh.
It's shocked to see you up and as you burst through the hatch.
Oh, how big are they?
They're larger than like the average man, but they're probably about the same size as in terms of like build. But they're very hunched over as well, as you can see.
Was there
and their initiative is above you technically.
yeah. Was their expression when they see me?
There's one in front of you. Shock.
Oh.
Does Orion understand that?
Actually, it's a fair point. I mean, they do have a
Do they
language.
have
Is the thing. They're not. I think they don't because they have a like. You can speak to like fish that don't have languages. These guys have, and yeah, and he technically, yeah, you can communicate with animals. In this
Well, I know primordial.
but they don't. That's not their language. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Oh, no.
They have a team.
Alright.
So yeah, it's you.
Oh, we're gonna kill him, yeah?
Do you say that to yourself or to like people down below?
Well, they look like they're definitely on the hunt for blood. So I will stand.
Okay. Make a stab. Oh, you hit! They're not very well armored. 7 piercing, very nice.
Do I recognise the armor?
Oh.
No, there's no interesting minerals going on here. I mean, the shell is of something very large that you don't really recognise, but yeah, other than that, no, nothing too crazy. It reels back a little bit, but it's
Automatically.
it's not too badly hurt yet. How much movement did you use? Do you have any left?
I mean, I'm not really going to move from where I am.
Just sort of, you might be causing a traffic jam.
That's true.
I don't need to hear. Okay.
You run along like the edge of this.
I mean, if there's anyone to fall in the water, well, it's fine, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
So.
You also notice while you're up here that there are sharks circling.
Oh, of course. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay. Balin. Balin. You said Balin.
Balin.
Yeah.
What manner of foul creature are you?
So climbing up is 10 feet of movement. Climbing.
Huh. Not for me.
No! It's only 5 feet of movement.
So this is why you were to lie down.
It's nothing to me.
It's nothing.
Excellent.
Okay, I guess.
You run up the ladder without even using your hand.
Yeah, Balin would swear under his breath and
I want to say that
Pop
leaves
up the
an
top of the
impression
ladder.
on Win.
You run up the ladder pointing your at FPS.
yeah, it's actually just coming straight out the middle of my chest, Doom style.
Yeah, of course. So you pop out again. You're faced with these two things. This one is behind the boom. It's technically.
Okay.
Oh god, Win and Balin should have a who can get up faster competition.
He's just gonna burst through the floor.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay.
Well, there will be rolls involved. There's gonna be levolution, guys. But you're only level 1, so it might not come up so much yet.
Quick question.
God, this boat is small.
Yeah. Just
It'll take a
What
step.
fuels the jukebox?
what fuels?
Fuels it. What is it? What is it like? The plug-in for it?
Oh, I have no idea. It's just in Roll20. It's the jukebox.
Where's the music library come from?
Oh, in Computech, Battle Bards,
Kevin MacLeod.
and also you can upload music,
Yeah, but it uses all your data.
but it uses up your space.
Anyway, Ben, give me some actions. Some sort.
Balin's up top. He swears under his breath. God, I hate this boat. So small. Moves down, lets his crossbow sort of fall in a sling, and draws a short sword instead.
Sure.
And I will stab away at this thing.
Go nuts.
Oh, fuck.
And is that a crit on the sneak attack as well? Because it would be, I think
I think it's rolled dice. So
It is a crit on the sneak attack.
Oh yeah, you
the snake
crit all the
attack is
rolls.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get all the dice that you're doing. Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh.
almost max damage.
Holy
Jeez.
fuck.
What's that?
Oh.
No, I think it's. Hang on, let me just see.
I mean, if it's not dead, I'd be surprised.
You jump up, you swing, and I mean, are you killing it? I assume.
yeah. This would be a very close quarter, like, oh god, kind of.
Yeah. You stab it right through the gills into his brain, and it slumps dead, and it still has a shocked expression from looking at Orion jumping around with his chain. As it dies, it actually it drops a little from within its like a stolen, like robbed clothing. A little box rolls onto the desk, onto the deck.
Nice.
And I guess I'll put a cross on it.
Balin, you're very impressive.
Yeah, step 1 hit, step 2 don't get hit. I would, with the rest of my movement, if I can step and pick up that it's dropped, I would just leave the short sword in that thing. By the way, like.
Oh right, so you just stuck it. Yeah, sure. You can reach down and grab the. It's just a little tiny. It's like a jewel box essentially.
Sure. And then I will get to here.
It's actually a thermal detonator.
It's a thermal detonator. It is. Ms. Fernbrand. You hear the sounds of upstairs of something going, and something hitting the deck. Phil!
Oh, yeah. I was waiting for the tone order thing to appear because I'm looking at the tone
Oh,
order.
yeah.
No, it's there. It's just you.
It's up, but it's not updating.
No, you'd need to click through it, but you don't always have to.
Oh, you mean the DM has to click through it?
Yeah, I'd have to reshuffle everything every time.
Okay. Anyway, Eris would pop her head out of the catwalk, see the ugly monster just writhing on the floor.
It's lying like its face is like, you stick your head out and you're looking at it dead in the face, like, oh Christ.
She would turn back, but there's people behind her wanting to shuffle up, so she does the same. And like, she kind of goes to here and holds out a sort of, how do you describe that? Cylinder-shaped object she's pulling out of her bag, and she points at the creature and shoots out a firebolt.
Firebolt! This thing, it's leaning under the boom, it's coming down under it, and it straightens up and immediately gets smashed in the face with a ball of fire that you do hit. Can you roll damage? Does it have any weaknesses? No, it does not. But okay. It takes it square in the chest and does not look happy about that at all. Maths, there we go. Key. No, there we go. Okay, cool. You got anything else you want to do? Movement or?
Not really something. Oh, actually, let me. Nah. It's good. I guess I look around because I have dark vision, but I see any other creatures of the sorts.
Make a perception. Well, actually, what's your passive perception?
10.
There's some sharks. There's a fair few sharks, but again, they're not going to jump on the deck. They're sharks.
Sharking around.
Exactly. Shark on darts. Win. Stuff's going on upstairs.
Yeah. I forgot the hatch, because I'm not insane.
Yeah. I would have had you make a couple of attacks to get through.
Yeah, it'd be such a waste.
Yeah, it would be very funny, but...
Spiral drill kick!
Yeah. Now, if you smash the floor beneath it, it would...
So, like, 15 feet to get up?
Yeah.
Or more since I'm going 3 people?
No, 3 allies I'm not counting as difficult.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
Then I'll move to here.
Cool.
And then...
Again, faced with this slightly smouldering Sahajin sea devil.
I'll smack him with my quarterstaff with it in 2 hands.
Oof. You hit him. 5 blood.
That shouldn't be strength, but it's the same damage anyway.
Yeah, it's the exact same. You give him a glancing blow, you're not even really trying. That's
where that quarterstaff came from.
not even trying.
Oh god.
I never saw it.
A few of his teeth crack out, but he's got loads of them, so he'll still be fine for biting.
And then bonus action kick.
Oh my god! You crack him across the face. He's like, yeah, and then a spin kick and fucking kill him.
Nearly twice as much damage.
Exactly his health.
Oh wow!
You crack his neck with the spin kick, and he slumps into the boom dead.
The quarterstaff is his power limiter.
Oh god.
Alright, I'm going back to my turn, guys.
I am.
Well, hang on.
Wait, really?
I'm joking.
Yeah.
How dare. For fuck's sake. Well, Enkeldus, have you got...
Well,
sounds like there's some kerfuffle going on
yeah.
upstairs.
I just look to Yaz and be like, it's gonna be alright, and I turn to the stairs and like roar and charge up the stairs and everyone's dead. And I'm like,
alright.
And yes.
Copying him, you would hear Yaz say to himself, "It's okay, don't die." And he draws his blade, shaking hand, and would rush upstairs. Ah! What are they?
I don't know. Eye sharp might be more.
Okay.
are they cousins of yours, Orion?
Wow.
No, that's
Wow.
rude.
Such racism.
I think they're friends. It's probably their banter.
They dropped something.
Was there any more?
As
I just see sharks.
You're standing around looking over what's going on.
Lots of sharks.
What? Sorry, what's the passive perception on?
I think 15 was the highest.
Yazula and on Ms. Fernbrand, what are your 2 passive perceptions? Yes.
Oh, 10.
11.
10, 11. Okay. Could you please both make either an athletics or an acrobatics check as 2 Sahagwin burst riding sharks and grab you from behind, trying to grab you off the boat.
Okay. I have disadvantage on this.
Oh dear.
I have 3.
3.
18.
Oh,
Oh,
18.
fuck.
Okay, so they're gonna make their...
Why did it grey out the higher number?
Because I have disadvantage on
Oh,
this.
yeah, sorry, you had disadvantage. I thought you said you had advantage.
No. They're gonna use strengths. So the first one is on Fernbrand. Oof, and the second one on Yaz. Oh, so Yaz, you are ungrabbed. But Mr. Fernbrand, you are currently grabbed by this Sahajin, who is going to use an attack on you because it has multi-attack, so it can do a thing and then attack. It's going to bite you while it's grabbed you. Whoa! Oh dear.
Level 1 crits. Level 1 crits.
That's the first roll. That's the first attack roll I've rolled.
Who's that on right now? On me? Or
On you, yes.
Okay.
On Fernbrand. This is onto you. So,
Many crits this
wow, you are lucky.
That was
I
only
rolled
5.
so bad. Yeah. You are grabbed from behind and you feel a sudden, incredible pain as this thing bites you with its horrible, sharky mouth.
Ah! Oh god!
Guys,
So
it's been
much blood.
And
3 crits in 5 attacks.
Something reached up to grab you from behind you, but you it kind of slips off some of your like weirdly positioned armor, and you
I thought my head would be somewhere else.
Yeah, I was like, hang on. You're doing this all wrong, man.
It says
What are you
that.
doing?
I'm bleeding. Ah.
Oh, okay.
Just a flash wound.
These ones are in the water,
There they are.
and they are
What do they say about the edges?
they are upon sharks. The both of them. I brought a little fin for the shark, shall I? That'll be good.
I will. Oh. Okay.
There's the sharks.
Sure. I'm gonna jump.
You're gonna
In.
jump. You're gonna jump in.
I'm gonna jump into the water.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I jump in here?
You can jump in there.
Yeah.
Mad man.
Sure. You're in the water. You are now face to face with a shark.
Okay. I'm gonna try and talk to the shark.
Sure. Yes, you can talk to the shark.
Yeah. I'll use
Come
my
on, man. Come on.
Share of the
This is
sea.
the end of Orion Storm.
Well, I mean, you can roll.
I'm gonna try and I'm gonna say to the shark, turn back now, otherwise I'll kill you where you stand, or kill you where you swim.
where you float.
Kill you where you
Intimidation, I guess, against the shark.
Oh shit.
Oh wow. Okay. I guess insight. The shark, weirdly enough, is not trained in insight. But it's going to roll just a d20 to see how it feels about that. It is intimidated. You think this shark on its turn is going to run away while it's being ridden by someone who has grabbed someone on your ship.
Great job.
Just so we're clear what might happen if it swims away rapidly.
Can I do anything else?
I don't. You used your reaction to
Okay,
roll.
sure,
I'm saying
sure.
that passive stuff you can use without using an action.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make a roll to do something, that's going to be an action.
Okay.
And you can have passive like intimidation. It would be like, I guess for you it would be 12, which is something. But yeah, you got your movement, of course, as well.
Oh, that's true. Well, do I see any more sharks in the sea?
These are the only 2 local ones that appear to have Sakharajin. There's a couple like circling further out, but these are the only ones.
I'll swim around the back.
Okay. Okay, so it is Bale. It is you.
Cool.
Well, I keep forgetting.
I'll sort of put a foot up on the side of the hull
Sure.
to take a better shot.
Yep.
And I will take a crack at this one that's grabbed Miss Fernbrand.
Sure. That makes sense. Ooh, you just hit. It's a little tricky for a second. You hit it pretty good. Ooh, for good damage as well. Very nice. Oh yes. Well, hang about. Why you got sneak attack on it?
Because there's
Huh?
there's definitely 2 of its enemies within 5 foot.
Huh?
Yeah, sneak attack.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how it works exactly.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna just
It's you need advantage unless, and then its conditions, and those vary a little bit between the different rogues.
I see.
So the base one is if it's got an enemy within 5 foot.
Yeah,
that
so
isn't
if it's
incapacitated.
fighting someone else, essentially.
Yeah.
Right on. Bloody hell, fuck. That's crazy. Okay, cool. So 16. That's a big
Right,
hit on this dude. But he has not been hit yet, so you shoot him kind of through. It's in his face. It's in like his cheek, and it's a horrible. He doesn't look happy about it at all. It has got. I should be better at mental arithmetic. There we go. That's how much health it's got. Lovely. It doesn't look good.
I'm going to take a step back further in towards the boat, maybe above that. Rapidly learning the lesson about not being on the edges.
Yeah. Okay. It is Miss Fernbrand. It is your turn. You are. Fell.
Yes. So I'm currently grappled.
Yours. You have been grabbed, yes, and slightly hurt.
Just a bit. Yeah, just a bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a bit. I'm looking at my kit of things I can do. Okay, I like that one. Can I use the spell Grease to wiggle out of that better, out of his grasp?
What does grease do?
Grease is grease. I'll cast. I'll show you.
Yeah, never look at it. But if it doesn't say, then it means you slip out. I'm gonna have to say no if it doesn't do that. Just because at this point, what spells for? If you did it, it might slip off its shark. I guess. Yeah, I mean, if it falls prone, well,
yeah, it would fall off its shark. Right?
It would fall off its shark, and it would lose the grab.
Are you role playing as BP? You're gonna cover this shark in oil?
I don't know what you're talking about. I actually don't know.
British Petroleum.
Oil
spill.
They have a habit of having big oil leaks that kill
giant oil spills. Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, I mean, would that help?
Yeah, but they kill foreign animals.
So yeah, so Phil, if you cast that, it will have to make a check to not fall over. If it falls over, you will be grabbed. You will also have to make a check to not fall over, but like that's fine because
I'm already grabbed anyway.
Exactly. So you doing that then?
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that way he's much harder to grab, so I would slip off easier.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Out
yeah.
of his
Okay,
grasp.
so I'll make the check. He'll make a dexterity. I assume the area that 10-foot square, so like that, I think, right?
In the water, just a
so
mess.
he's
Okay, I've seen this shark in oil.
I think it fails.
So what happens is that
He gets shot.
while
with a
having
crossbow.
her hand just kind of tied, she reaches for the firebolt again, but because she's grabbed, it's a bit harder to. So she gets the wrong one,
Dumps a bunch of grease.
and everyone gets greased.
Oh, you got grease, dude. Oh, well, you should make a grease roll because you are in the area.
What do I roll?
It's a dexterity check against your spell.
Yeah, it gets your own save throw.
I will lose that
Well,
one.
it's 10 foot, so it should be just like that, right?
Yeah,
No,
four
10
squares.
Yeah.
10
Okay, yeah.
10 foot full squares, yeah, so it's just.
So what's it, acrobatics?
It's dexterity saving.
Just dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay. So also -2. Yeah, I failed that.
Oh, I think you fell. But when you fall onto the deck, it falls into the water.
Good enough. I did it.
So now the shark's gonna run away, and this guy's left on his own.
Oh,
There we go.
Suddenly it's been a good play. Yeah.
Just as there's an old Triton saying about a greased shark.
Yeah, the greasy shark gets the worm.
Greasy shark gets the eel.
Yeah.
What?
Right, so win. It is your
Win. You got to fight and win.
Can I use the rest of my movement to get up?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Bean.
Is he prone in the water? Can I reach him from the side of the boat?
Yeah, because it's a low boat. Yeah, you could hit him from there, especially with your 10-foot with your quarter staff and stuff. Yeah, fine.
I would like to also step here.
That's fine. Yeah. Well, technically he will have an opportunity.
I mean, he's down there, so on
with
elevation.
disadvantage because he's.
I'm not taking that risk then. I mean,
that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so Tombstone, yeah, you can kick him from there, sure.
Thanks.
Oh, hang on. The grounds. Does grease persist in the area?
Oh,
Part of the boat would be greased as well.
Yeah, duration a
Yeah,
minute.
it's
So
lots of
you
it.
gotta,
Okay, then I'll do it to the other guy.
this place be greasy.
Oh,
I'm not
I really
gonna
wanna-
go through the
not?
grease.
Why
Because
not?
that's insane.
Alright.
because he might slip, and that would be the end of his character.
Yeah, I can't do anything stupid.
Slip and then break his neck. and
Ever.
He has to be always. Yeah.
The moment he fails a roll.
Falls on his neck and then instantly dies.
You leap up onto the railing here and swing and crack this across his head. I think it does. Just let me just check. Yeah, it has less than 23 AC, so you do hit it.
one would hope
Who would have
so.
thought?
And you know what? It's got less than 21 as well.
plus 6 level 1.
Plus 6 is level 1 in this party where everyone's got random ass stats.
I know.
What?
It was absurd.
It's bullshit. I'm still very happy that you didn't make a barbarian because that just would have been
I would have broke the game.
completely
Way
cheap.
too much.
Yeah. So you do overall that much damage. This one's not been hurt yet, but yeah, good job. Like you crack it and then you kick it. It's still on its fish though. It doesn't look happy. It looks angry at you. It was going for Yaz before. Now it might attack you if it gets a
Good.
chance.
Now my turn.
If it can.
Oh, are you done? Are you
Yeah, I'm finished, thank you.
Sure. I'm gonna run here, and then I'm gonna chuck my spear up into the air, and then catch it at the end of it, and use my Spearmaster to gain reach of my bonus action.
Nice.
I'll just
Drop your shield down.
I kind of wrote it in a rush because it copy and pasted terribly, but
Sure, yeah.
just so you know. And I'm gonna,
Top tip for that is you copy it into a notepad.
yeah.
Fix it.
I was doing it in a bit of a rush before we
Oh,
started.
nice. Spearmaster is great.
Sure.
Well, I would do have my shield, so I only have a one hand. Try and bonk it. Whoa!
You hit him. Very nice. 4
4 damage.
Oh, it's ragged. You stand past him between legs
Yeah.
and into the stomach. But again, you're
I
stretching.
know
you
he's
in
smart
here.
as dodge, so
Yeah, exactly. You're stretching your arms out here, so it's not quite as deep a stab as you'd like, and it's just still up this thing.
okay, that's my turn.
All right, Yaz,
Alright,
you got
Here we
Sarge
go.
into the.
my shaky hand. I raise my shield like how they told me to,
Yeah.
and I stab out at it
Can you see?
with disadvantage.
Oh, nice. Oh, you hit him!
Oh,
Fuck.
Yeah, boy!
yeah.
Oh, you slice through its neck, not quite beheading it, but it dies. It dies. Oh, you got
Ah, first blood.
yeah.
Oh,
That flat 1d6 damage.
I'm not on the board yet.
Attack roll without a modifier.
Shame that you didn't get that crit, man. That would have been.
I've got 10 strength, 10 dex. What else do you expect?
Right, this sergeant, fuck me, absolutely
God, he's the most
fine.
averaging.
This one's gonna. Okay,
10
well, first of all,
So far, you know 10 strength, 10 dex, minus 1 intelligence. just putting that out there.
first thing, this shark that you scared, Raj, runs away. Do you want to make an attack on it?
No, I won't.
He's straight true to your
Because
word.
it's no longer being ridden. So that one's going to run away. Now this sergeant is on its own, and it's really dead. Let me just have a quick look. You know what? They have a thing called blood frenzy, which does not imply that they're going to do things that are smart. And there's only one wounded person near it, so it's going to try again to attack. In a blind rage, it's going to try and attack Miss Fernbrand some more with advantage because you are wounded, which is their thing.
Kinky.
Climb up.
Dig it.
Or...
What?
Well, yeah, I mean it has movement, but you're not. It's not going to break. Huh? No, he's not going to break.
Isn't he still greased and stuff?
Oh god, he's still greased, I guess. Well, he's in the water now.
Well, the shark was greased, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think he can't slip up on the water. Well, actually, he might be able to slip up like grabbing onto the side to come and bite you.
That's true.
So sure, I'll have him roll just to see if he can climb slightly the little bit up he needs to. No,
Grease strats!
He just goes and it reaches up, grabbing at the side of the boat to come and rip your throat out, and then slips and splashes back into the water. And it's prone
It's
again.
just you and me, fish boy.
Yes!
Fuck's sake. Okay, Orion, it's you. Kick its ass.
Oh, I'm gonna stab it with advantage.
Yeah, it's prone in the
It's
water.
prone in the sea.
I'm not sure you can be prone in the water, actually. I'll have to look that up later. But for now, I'm happy for it to be prone. Need to have advantage anyway, because there's two people fighting it.
Oh.
13 does hit it. Nice. Just about. But yeah, I mean, you spike it against the side of the boat.
There we go.
It's dead. You got him. Congratulations.
Who's the master of the sea now, bitch?
That's out of character. Oh, is
I
it?
mean, is it? Yeah. I don't even know. I guess I'll put the music back to something good. Something happy. Well done. You've done it. Let's put the song of the vulgar boatmen on.
Grease and wounds doesn't feel necessarily good.
Yeah, you get everyone away from the edges, maybe? God.
I will.
I'm just gonna try and climb up the grease
Do
bit.
you leave the bodies of the ones in the water to sort of...
Yeah, I'm not interested in them.
No, we should.
That's fine.
We
They
should.
might have,
Do you wanna-
people's personal
What's
effects.
your save, Phil?
Oh, that's...
My what?
What's your dex save? What's your spell save? Because I'm trying to climb up.
Hey, Ryan, actually, can you stop these drifting off? Can you?
Oh yes, I'll grab it. Yeah. Carry it.
Hold on. Let me see. Can I just get rid of the grease or can I not?
You can. Yeah, you
if
can just
concentration spells...
Is
Well,
it
actually, it's
concentration?
grease.
It's not a concentration.
No,
so you
It's
can't.
just grease,
I don't
man.
think you can, but it's only
Yeah.
it'll be gone in less than a minute.
It'll go in less than a minute. I don't.
Plus my,
It doesn't tell my spell save DC on the thing, but I think it should be 13. Because it's like 8 and
8 plus 2
proficiency.
intelligence modifier plus your proficiency.
If you go on your spell list, it'll say spellcasting.
Look.
So,
yeah.
No, it's not in there right now. I think you have to put it because you're not a.
I'm very sure
one
it's
of these
13.
classes. It's fine.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
So you're.
I'll,
I think it
no.
would be 13. Yeah.
Yeah, just about
Oh
that.
yeah, I toss my trident and shield above board, and I climb up with the
Heroically.
body.
Body.
Oh,
You bring it in.
on your
Drag
shoulder.
the sarcogen onto
All right.
deck. Both hands are- Yeah.
Do you know what these hideous things are?
Oh, have I seen anything like this before? Oh.
Do you want to roll a check of some sort, Raj? I don't know. Whatever you'd want to roll. I think.
Sea devils.
I disembed my short sword from this thing's head.
I'll do
You
nature.
retrieve your
I'll do
stuff.
nature.
Uh,
I'll do myself.
Oh, also, you all get 150 experience points.
oh shit.
Oh, that's not with advantage.
Raj, what the hell was that roll? What is
I
this?
What the
forgot it was
fuck?
for myself.
Can you just do that as much as you want? I guess
You
you
can.
can.
It's a cantrip,
You
yeah.
just have it, don't you? Yeah.
It's kind of
So
insane,
you've got
honestly.
the 12.
150.
So
What
for-
do
Miss.
the fish people just have guidance then?
Miss.
No, he took magic initiate.
Oh, got you.
He got trained.
Miss Fernbrand is gonna start bandaging
ways
her.
of the mysterious ways. I guess it would be a 12.
12, yeah. You don't... Nature... Again, these are not things that you've seen at all in the water, especially on Gavel. They seem... Examining their bodies, they seem kind of... even inconsistent to each other about how they are, like, structurally, even.
Just hodgepodge guys.
They're kind of mutant, gross
Awful.
things. Yeah.
I look at their mouths. I'm not too smart, Miss Fernbrand, but are you sure they're not poisonous?
I have been poisoned before, and this doesn't quite feel like that, I think.
That's a
Okay.
story for another.
But I also lost a lot of blood, so I need a moment. She's gonna get down her big bag, and she's gonna get out some a herbalism kit. And I mean a healer's kit.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll open up the box or the thing that they dropped.
Right. Yeah. Okay. What you have in your hand, it's a little tiny jewelry box, as I say, kind of made out of not wood, what do you call it? A sort of ceramic, and it has an old hinge. You can't. Do you want to make any sort of investigation about the box?
I'd definitely look it over, pick it open, just to make sure I'm not going to. I mean, this thing, it could be damaged. I don't want to crack it.
Sure. Yeah. So investigating it, it doesn't appear to have. It has a little tiny clasp and hinges. Obviously, they appear to be made out of some like copper, and quite tarnished and quite old. And as you look around the edge, you see there's a faint glow coming from the inside of it. In fact, so you crack it open, I assume.
Yeah, but
inside is a tiny little pearl that glows quite. It glows not too brightly in your hands.
Okay. I would clap
the
that
picture of it. It's not that big.
Want me to take?
Do we all see it as he opens it? Does it like?
I mean,
I
if he's not hiding it, then yeah.
Are you hiding it?
I would have turned away while doing this, not necessarily actively hiding it, but my body's between it and you guys, I guess. But that's force of habit more than actively trying to.
Yeah. So you guys would notice the slight glow and such.
Did you find something?
Found some treasure. I guess we'll pay after all.
Something. I'd clap it closed and pop it in a pocket.
I can take a look at it if you want.
We'll run it by the captain, I think.
Okay.
It's gone. Do you search the other ones?
I'm interested in something that you mentioned before.
Sure, yeah.
There's spears. You said that the tips were just like scrap metal.
Yeah.
Is there any metal on the rest of their bodies?
From looking at it, all the metallic pieces, and again, they're not consistent, it's not like a uniform, but any metal bits will be things that appear to be looted, like maybe there's a belt buckle that's holding, like a belt buckle from, obviously not manufactured by these guys, holding part of their armor to them. Or, like, one of the spears might be, like, clearly like a kitchen knife that has been, like, ground more and, like, tied to the end of this piece of driftwood.
So
And they stole everything downstairs that they think could have been valuable.
Right.
So they must want us. It must just be they want our stuff.
Well, they're getting it for someone.
Mm.
Based on what I've just found, I would be sort of checking what the rest of them have on them.
Right, okay, so looking through, again, most of them don't really have anything of real value. Like, one of them's got like a collection of spoons of like what appears to be like pewter. A lot of any of the metal things seem to be quite tarnished and not well looked after. One of them has what looks like a medal, in fact, again hidden amongst its person quite carefully. Like the other one had this little box hidden away in the folds of its clothes. This one had this medal deep into a bag underneath a bunch of shells, and I'll get the picture of this one out as well. And this one also has a sort of eerie glow to it, but not quite as strong. That's what this one looks like. It's got a sort of gold token in a frame with a ribbon with a feather on it.
This would be like a star badge.
No.
Do I recognise the insignia or anything about it?
No, it doesn't appear. You can't even. You don't really know what or where this has come from. It appears to be. The actual coin itself has no wear and tear on it. The clasp and the ribbon are quite worn and old, clearly. But the coin itself appears to be completely undamaged and unaged.
Yeah, because if it was gold, it wouldn't tarnish anyway, would it?
No, it would not.
Anything halfling related on this?
From what you can tell of like the miscellaneous loot and such, you can tell like some of it seems to be newer, and things like the knives and forks. One of them's got in the bag is like they are of the style that you'd expect from Gavel, and one of them has like this belt that looks quite small. It's using it to like hold down one of its shoulder pieces. These are, you reckon, probably stuff that they've looted, yeah?
I know halflings have quite large families, so maybe if we find anything, we should run it by their next of kin. Anyone on any ships?
Sounds like a good idea, says Balin, pocketing that medal as well.
Well, we all see you do it, so
Yeah.
we watch you.
Yeah.
That one, yeah, for sure.
You're gonna die for. You
I'm just coming in
But we saw the other one as well.
I have a lot of pockets.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We know how this ends.
We
so-
stab him, then put him in the fire, and then...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do any of you have identifier?
I do. I've been trying to do it without saying
see.
it, but I haven't been given the thing.
Oh, that's fine. Well, maybe when you have a chat
I'll-
later on with
I'll just do it later.
Investigate, exactly. Okay, do you guys wait out the rest of the night on the boat?
Yeah, probably kick the
Yeah, I mean, maybe we should keep maybe one so they know what it was.
Yeah,
Keep
we
them
should have
on.
No, I don't
None
mean
of these two things are the same. I
Not
keep
the greasy
a lot,
one.
but keep them. Yeah, this is gonna freak people. I mean, I'm freaked out looking at
Well,
them.
we can have. How about this? We could keep one under deck. So when we come to, to the other boat, we can be like, oh, we need some officials and stuff, and they can come down. And they can be like, oh, okay. And if it's a bit much for the public eye, because I mean, these things are terrifying, and they just bit me, and I'm honestly a bit under shock, and I am not gonna sleep well tonight. But yeah,
Tomorrow.
Yeah, let's keep this
Stack
under wraps.
Stack them down below them.
Alright, so yeah, you sort of
I think
hoist them down.
I think one is enough. I don't want to have more of these guys.
They
Okay,
smell
you-
bad enough as it is now before they start decomposing.
So you want to dump 3 of them and keep
we'll cover them in the salt of the sea. You know.
sea. But do they deserve a sea burial?
We'll keep one.
Sure. Okay, so you chuck one of them down. The others you dispose of, and the sharks feast on their former masters.
That is. Yeah, don't fall. That's sharks, guys.
Such is the way of the sea.
Just how I like it. Brings a tear to my eye.
Yeah, exactly.
You spend the rest of the night. From what you can tell, that there seems to be not even any sharks circling you guys any longer, and the night passes uneventfully. Let's get off the song with the Volga boatman. It's a bit much, isn't it?
The Volga boatman.
The Volga, that's what it's called. The Volga, not vulgar.
No.
The river in Russia.
Exactly.
I think besides me almost being dragged into the ocean, this went pretty well, right? I was hoping not to be the one that actually gets hurt, but oh well.
Quite ironic, you had to do medicine on yourself. Huh?
Yeah, I should have
Couple
paid
of
more
clean
attention,
kills.
I guess.
I'm pleasantly surprised at how we did.
I've never killed anything before.
How was it? My friend? Yes. Wasn't it a rush?
Jesus Christ.
He's shakily still holding the scimitar, not realizing he hasn't put it away.
I'll just, I'll offer to put that fit for him.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any easier.
Oh, it does.
Oh, it certainly does.
So easy.
I have to say, you're certainly all quite capable, and it's not just this one, pointed win, meditating.
Oh yeah, so you're not on the edge anymore.
After just a blow.
Christ.
We dispatched those foul beasts fairly easily. Well done, everyone.
Yes.
And if it bleeds, you can kill it. It's just a matter of how long it takes.
Oh. Some things don't bleed.
We all look at Win.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, some things don't.
Yeah, it's weird that. So, morning arises. You're pretty knackered. You're gonna have to throughout the day probably, because of course you've been up all night,
Yeah.
keeping an eye out. But You draw you full the sails up. You get closer back to the main boat, back to the Breath of Farlangen, and this time the captain and his first mate are on the side waiting for you. Good morning. Good to see you alive. How did you fare?
We have something to show you.
Yeah, it's
amazingly.
I still have bandages on my back.
And near a scratch.
Good news. Sharks were involved.
I'll come down to you.
Yep, it's probably for the best.
The
6 of them decloak on the deck. What?
Yeah, obviously.
Predator.
We the cloak.
Finally, the captain. Oh, jeez.
Acquaintances. Captain Blacksheep comes down to the deck. He looks around at the deck like. Looks like quite an eventful night. He's noting these sort of the stains, the Sockwood stains on the ground.
Hints of battle.
Yeah. But he doesn't. He's not too shocked.
We saw something that neither I or Orion have ever seen before. Really, it's troubling. It's downstairs. If you want to take a look.
There were more of them, might I add, but
We kept one for
Yeah, we decided we only wanted to share the whole with one of them.
Fair enough. And he goes down. He opens the hatch and he looks down. He goes down the ladder a bit and he spends a little while down, like a minute probably down there. And
What do we hear him say anything?
No,
you can follow him down. To be honest,
I'll follow him down.
I'll follow him down. Looking down the hatch, he's sort of.
I wouldn't. I don't want to see that thing again.
Yeah, he picks it up, and he sort of turns it around.
How tall is the captain?
Captain's a pretty big guy. He's probably about 6'2", something like that. It's hard to tell how big he is under his a lot of clothing.
Yeah.
But his clothing definitely makes him look a lot bulkier than he might be underneath that.
I'm taller.
He's turning. Is that with the horns though?
I was at 6'4", but I don't know if that's the horns or not.
I think it probably doesn't quite include all. That would make you shorter than me.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so he turns it over. Bloody hell!
Yeah, they were riding sharks.
Oh yeah, they're riding sharks.
Jesus.
Fishman on a shark.
I greased him and he fell off the shark.
That was pretty funny.
They had some treasure on them. And I look at Balin.
They
looted. You say? Yeah, I assume at least. Mm-hmm. Can't imagine these things making their own.
Likely linked to the deceased.
Who were these halflings?
Just I think they were fishermen. I don't know too much about them. From what I'm aware, next of kin remained in Gavel.
Maybe they found the pearl you found, and so they wanted to get it.
Well, Balin will hand over the pearl and the medal to the captain.
My gods, Aedro. What is these? These are magical.
I've been meaning to take a look. I can tell you what this is.
Aye? And he hands them to you. Please, do whatever. I have no aptitude for magic myself.
Okay.
Wait, we just found. How could you possibly know what they are?
Of course, they're caught wizards on the ship. Nebo, that young fella, he can probably give us a hand as well if need be.
He's a good lad.
Since it's not like I could take 10 minutes or just do it immediately.
Sure.
Oh wait, it's the next day probably, right?
Yeah, this is the.
Okay, I'll just do the spell. I'll just do the spell. I'm just gonna. She's gonna go into back again. She's gonna get out a little a small cylinder-like object, and she's gonna has a little light at the tip. Looks at it for a moment. And as she does, for a brief second, her eyes flash for a moment. Oh, okay. And then she just casts Identify. and the information is kind of transferred to her
Yeah.
to her mind, so to
So-
speak.
What you have discovered is, I'll reveal them to them in the treasure menu. 1, a pearl of power.
Oh shit!
I didn't see that coming.
Look, Tombstone, you can shut the fuck up, but you know every single thing in all.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't care.
Yeah, I knew it, dude. I give these out like fucking candy in my game.
It's a great
It's a really cool magic item. I love it.
Yeah, Tombstone, you better
I've never
fucking.
seen this.
Yeah, you fucking sit down there.
And I know you know what the other thing is.
What was the other thing? I didn't. Oh, actually, no, I didn't know this one.
Okay, cool. But yeah, the two.
I know that's one.
Well, Raj, you suggested it anyway.
This is from. It's really good in. What's the setting? Fuck.
Eberron.
Eberron, yeah.
This is an Eberron. Right?
It's in the base DMG. Anyway,
What-
not every item is in the base DMG. That I'm giving you.
I'll cast it twice
So, yeah.
then to do it for both objects.
So yeah, the pearl power. You're looking it over and you think this is the most magical thing you have ever seen. By like a long shot. If a group of like halflings had this,
Wow.
then that would be very, very odd.
Why would they have such a little ship fishing boat?
Yeah, this is something that you could like sell to a collector and then buy a mansion with back in Gavel.
What? What are these? They couldn't have been mere fishermen with this.
Or the fishmen bought it with them.
Yeah.
Same,
Well,
and additionally with the feather token, this is slightly less like transcendently powerful, but it's still it seems from looking at it closer, this doesn't bear any resemblance to anything that you've seen in Gavel. And again the now you've identified a bit more. It's clear that it's very, very old.
Is any of the people alive still who belong to this group of halflings?
No.
They're back in Gavel.
Yeah.
All the family back there, and this was it was the whole family on this boat.
Oh.
Oh.
So who do we give this to then?
Well, a question. I don't know if you revealed this to all of us, but the command word is a name, right? Mathenwy?
Yes. Well, you would know the command word by identifying it. Yes. You also.
I wouldn't, but I'm saying it.
Sorry. No. Sorry. That's a fair point. Yes.
I wouldn't mind sharing this
Miss Fernbrand,
information.
But that's something to consider. That name is someone might know that.
Okay. Well, let me think if anyone would.
Maybe not us, but someone
I'm just
will
trying to
know.
think.
Recognize this name?
Someone actually might, but I'm just trying to figure out
Okay.
if they would. Could some? Okay. Phil, could you make a intelligence check? It's
Sure.
really hard.
Alright.
What's really
Oh,
hard?
crap.
20, 25?
Come on.
It's hard. It's like
15 is really hard.
it's like a 20. Yeah. No. Sorry.
This place still smells like dead fish, so I'm very distracted.
No. Yeah. But yeah, the command was a weird. Is Mathmanwy. Which
Manwy. Well, it sounds Welsh, right?
yeah. So it does seem.
So Elvish then.
yeah.
In
It's,
nature.
yeah. So you guys can figure out like it's something potentially Elvish in the way it sounds. And again, what you guys all sort your languages out, by the way.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
my languages.
I speak Elvish.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So yeah, and Elvish in this like for your country is like the equivalent of Latin, kind of.
Come on.
Oh, nice. Sylvan.
That's not how you do it. That's how you do it.
I mean, that is
yeah.
a slightly more efficient way. of doing
Freaking
it.
noobs.
Anyway, yeah. Oh, thanks, Coleman. Good to know.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's,
Yeah, boys.
Uh,
I'm playing a hook horror.
Did not expect that.
I guess we'll.
Everyone share your language proficiencies.
No, I will need to be aware of those.
And then obviously Draconic.
I might as well post mine, I guess.
Might as well. Coleman. I hope. No,
I've seen there's several.
You're the voice of the sea, huh?
Okay, so those are two things. The captain's like looks at you and he's like, "Well, I have there's no right answer to give these, and as I said, I can't give you much for the service you've given, so I have no quarrel with you keeping. As far as I can tell, these two at least were not
Oh.
looted from this family, so
That's not an even split.
No need. Well, I'll give you what I promised, of course, as well.
Oh yeah, that alcohol. I need to show me that.
Yeah. So you get back on the boat.
Back on the main boat. Yeah, get off this stink boat.
And he says to
The stinky boy boat.
he says to the first mate Eric. He's like, I'm gonna have to talk to the Count about this. I'm gonna have to. He's in no state to see this though. Poor man.
If we
Should not keep secrets from him at this point.
if we maybe do that a couple more times, then maybe they'll get the message that the ships are defended.
Aye.
Yeah, hold up. Any other boats seen?
It's
or
not a bad
anything
idea,
like
but this
I
time
mean,
I won't be close to the railing.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he goes back into his room, and he comes out with a little parcel for you, Miss Fernbrand. Here's the herb you wanted.
The doobies.
And yeah, he's given you a pound of halfling leaf, which is it's somewhere between tobacco and something a bit stronger.
Okay.
Smoking.
I can probably maybe
It
make
has
something out of
medicinal
this.
value.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not uncommon. So you but this is good shit. He doesn't say that, but he.
Dude, it's medicinal. It's for my peg leg.
My sciatica. That's how I got it. The idiots.
Why does XP go on the sheet? I can't.
Leaf.
At the top. Up at the top.
There are different versions of the sheet. I think you might be able to.
It's up at the top under the cog, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, that's where it's
Yeah.
from me. Let me have a look at yours.
Oh yes,
Some
sorry. I had the cog on edit.
Yeah, there's two
Yeah.
versions of it for some reason, but one doesn't have XP, which is disgusting.
Yeah, that didn't make sense to me. Whatever. So it was 150 we got, yeah.
150, yeah.
Yeah.
And he comes out, and he also has in his hand a bottle, which looks like. Let me just. Here it is, like this. That's
Oh. It's
finest
crack-
black hydra.
Oh, there's the Hydra.
Hydra. Oh, this brings up memories.
You all notice that Wynn's got a tattoo of this on his back,
Oh.
of the logo of this.
Oh,
Wait,
oh yeah.
wait.
Brand awareness?
Oh, that explains it. He's a
Mr.
drunk.
Muscles has a booze effect.
He's a drunk. He's a drunkard.
Powered by alcohol.
Or this is some weird brand sponsorship deal.
It's empowered.
Wait,
No,
were you in on this the whole time?
Bottles.
This-
What is this?
No, it's my master.
Your master?
My master.
You're-
Okay. He hands it to you.
Remember, lads, he's a monk.
Hey, nowhere in the Bible did it say you can't get drunk.
Exactly.
Oh, that's bring back memories.
So yeah, you can have that. I'll put that in the. That's also in treasure. As far as you can tell, it is not magical. The rest of you, following it just looks like an expensive bottle of rum.
Can I pour shots for everyone?
Oh sure, yeah, you could do that. You can celebrate with your black hydra. You think that there's probably about 50 shots worth of liquor in it.
Shot.
Well, no, it's not shots of rum, but portions. So yeah,
50
so,
portions.
so
That makes sense.
I'll write that in the. I'll make it so that you can edit it, Tombstone.
Okay.
I mean, how
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
how strong is something called Black Hydra?
Well, you'll find out if
Oh,
you drink
man.
it.
Do we? I mean, did the Dragon
It's also
Ball
like a
crew do
smoky
drink
like
much?
stomp. The Dragonborn do all sorts of like weird. They don't have.
They
they
smoke
don't-
like mega weed.
They smoke like mercury weed, which explodes in their mouths, but they don't
Yes,
drink
is it-
alcohol.
is it-
They have other drinks which are like way more like scary.
So this is like more like fizzy drink to us.
It's like it's
Well,
weird,
well,
like,
to me, I don't partake in the Dragon Ball.
Rush, are you sure? Has Orion never once taken a puff?
I would die, wouldn't I? if I smoke a mercury cigarette.
Yeah, but the others would probably say, "Nah, you'll probably be all right." Has he never tried?
I mean, he would have definitely tried. Whether or not he
what's
would.
your charisma
And then he
saving
vomited
against
for
peer
a
pressure?
week.
He
would definitely
got
try.
dragon breath for one turn.
Where's Where's
You got Dragon Breath for 1 turn and Fiery Diarrhea for 6.
For the rest of it.
Yeah, I don't remember this on the This Is Your Life events table.
No, exactly. This is the special one.
Point being, I will gladly take a shot of this from Win.
Yeah, I'll have a shot. Sailor loves to drink.
If I could decant, I've got a friend who would kill me if I don't get some of this.
Yeah, actually, that's a fair point. Bun, you'd probably have heard. This is prestigious. This stuff. There's only like 1,000 bottles of this. You think?
Oh man.
Well, I guess I'll have some of this vintage.
Do I know how to make this?
How to make it? No. As far as you know, this is like a magic potion. Like it's like a religious thing. You don't know that this is like really good booze. This is part of your training.
I mean, I do have brewer's like proficiency.
Oh yeah. So okay? Well, maybe we can make some rolls to see if you can figure something else out. Maybe.
I just wondered if it was part of the monastery in any sort of like fashion. If they brewed it there.
They didn't make it there. No.
They didn't. Okay, it was just like his.
Your master just
one.
freaking.
It was brand awareness.
Your master loved it, and he taught you how to fight, and you thought it was like some mystical fighting thing, but he was just a drugger. But also, you're so powerful and so strong that you can make it into a style.
I feel like we should maybe talk about the items we acquired, because obviously we are, all just acquaintances. But these are 2 items of great worth, which is going to be a bit difficult to split among us. I would suggest maybe we could just kind of keep it on us until we reach shore. Maybe we could sell it there. I personally have use for it, but I would feel bad of taking it just for myself. If you don't mind me asking, who can actually use it? I can. I use spells in combination
What do you
with...
mean use it?
When
Pearl.
you hold the Pearl of Power, Phil.
Excuse me?
When you're holding the Pearl of Power, it glows slightly brighter than when it was being held by...
Oh, okay.
It's in the color changes to a sort of a coppery glow.
Oh, I see. So
how do you use a glowing pearl?
Well, essentially, these pearls store kind of arcane energy, and each of us has their own kind of value of that. And with this, we are able to replenish it much easier than if you were to go to bed and the like. I expend it as well whenever I do any of my weird things. She does the quotation mark with like the grease and stuff. Obviously, grease doesn't behave like that naturally. I need to influence it. And do any of you have supernatural abilities?
No, not at all.
I do, but I don't. They cannot be restored by those kind of methods.
Well, I mean...
Not at the moment.
No. So currently, no.
No.
If you hold it out, you can kind of see that it reacts slightly differently to each of you. The pearl itself. Like, it obviously, Fernbrand's one holding it, it's maintaining its coppery glow, but it feels... It does... There's, like, for example, holding it near Enceladus, there's some sort of... And Orion himself, of course, having some spellcasting, there is some sort of potential there, potentially.
Well... If you don't mind, I would hold on to it for now, but obviously I wouldn't just keep the whole, thing for myself. So we can maybe come up with a way. I'll be on the ship. I can't really get away, so...
We know where you live.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, not exactly, but there's only so many boats, I mean...
Do you guys drink? Do you have your toast to your victory? Could you all make a Constitution check, please?
To the lemon boat.
To the lemon boat.
Con 15. And so this.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh god.
Oh, nice. Oh my god! Look at these amazing rolls. Holy shit.
Except.
Well, but again, he's not. He drinks it and he's just like. Enceladus doesn't really have taste buds that work in the same way. Dragonborn have very different senses of everything. So for you, it's just like doesn't really. It's doesn't taste too much to you, to be quite frank. The rest of you drink it. You put it in your mouth, you drink it back, and the first it hits you, like whoa! It's really strong. And
that is
just spiritual stuff right here.
that is a headache and a shock.
transcendent, and it fills your mouth, and it mellows out, and it's quite. It has a spice to it.
This has a lot of
And
spice to it, yeah.
And there's some kind of difficult to nail down flavors. You're not really sure what they are, and the bottle itself hasn't got like ingredients list or a description of what it is. It's a glass bottle with this sort of smoky grey texture to it, and this Hydra emblem on the front.
Oh, I've got it, and Ben just pulls out a small water flask and dumps it out. Please, my friend needs to try this.
You can take it, but this is
another shot of it.
quality stuff.
So that's seven servings gone out of 50.
Right.
You should, Jimson, can you edit the item just to see if you can?
Oh yeah, sorry.
I just want to check that you can.
Yeah.
Would you mind if I take 2 servings for myself? I'd like to have my parents to have some.
Sure, fucking knock your socks off.
It's just
This is the most animated I've seen in one day.
Tombstone, do you want to?
Yeah, I'm coming around a muscle man here.
Do you want to roll some brewer's stuff with maybe intelligence to try and figure?
Oh, sure. It's just proficiency, right?
One of the 10 secret ingredients. If you want to use intelligence on it as well,
Sugar, spice, everything.
because you're investigating, but with your, so use the tool with intelligence, as it were. So
The first secret ingredient.
Hold on.
it's love.
Because you can query attribute.
I think there's 5 secret ingredients.
We also have this
Let me.
this amulet. It can help you when you fall off a certain height, so you don't break your neck.
Who's likely to climb?
Give it to the.
I look at Win.
speed climber.
I don't need it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, wow! Okay.
First secret ingredient is black Hydra.
You think that the first secret ingredient might be gunpowder?
Jeez, alright.
Secret ingredient is crime.
There's a
I love that.
That's very good.
crime. You think there's probably a teaspoon of gunpowder in this whole bottle,
Wow.
which is kind of weird.
Good to know. I keep that to myself.
Right. Okay. It's 11.
Well, if there's no takers on the weird shiny metal, I mean,
Sure, yeah.
Shiny metal. Oh, the
Feather token.
We still have to think about, I guess, how we're gonna distribute this, because everyone helped, of course. But we'll just get around to that when, when we are sure.
As a. Yeah. So that is the
Should hand
today
it
is
to
the
you,
beginning
Kevin.
of.
So
How many days is it? Is this the 12th day or the 13th day? Am I doing maths right? It was the 10th. It was the 11th morning, so it's the 12th morning today. Okay, cool. What's the actual date? Let me look at the calendar. It's I think it's a Ray Day, or is it a Gavel Day? It's one of those. Anyway, it's still. It's Math and Wenth, and it's the 12th of that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I guess I should write that down. At the bottom of this doc. 12. Right. Okay.
I know it's winter, but the water's cold out this far.
Yes, it's pretty cold.
I didn't notice.
I'm not surprised. Classic. All these.
Is it like North Sea or Atlantic? Or like Pacific? Like the Atlantic is stormy and
Right.
and kind of dull, and the Pacific is like
Bright and such.
blue water.
It's more Atlantic than Pacific.
Yeah.
And in fact, you would actually know that because you've probably done a little bit of research on hearing people talking about the original voyage from Gueladwen to what became Gavel was actually troubled heavily by storms, and that's where the original Triton came from. That came to Gavel. They helped the refugees navigate the storms. 500 years ago. Right, so, what do you guys... I guess you guys go your separate ways for now.
Probably.
Yeah, probably go back to Desire and probably let the crew know what the hell's going on up there.
Yeah, later, lads.
I'd come back to my parents with a big wound on my back.
Yeah, your mother's probably asleep at the moment, and your father sees it like, oh god, what happened?
Oh, I got attacked by shark people. But I got this. No, show him the Pearl of Power.
Good God.
And I got this as well, and I give him one of the drinks from the Black Hydra. There's really strong stuff there, so
maybe I'll wait for your mother to be awake, and maybe when we're on, maybe when we get to land, that'd be a nice little.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we don't want to maybe agitate her too much with anything too strong. Though she can definitely handle it. Constitution-wise, it's shouldn't affect her.
Speaking of which, I got a pound of halfling leaf, and I'm gonna work something nice out of it.
I'm gonna smoke it all.
Smoke it up.
I'll use the ingredients for medicinal purposes to kind of have a more calming effect.
Alchemy, eh? Well, you learned that from the best, I guess. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I will. The people were pretty nice, very different kind of folk. But yeah, it was fun working with people together of different skills. Isn't
that your old guildmaster? He's on the boat, I think, isn't he? The Lord, what's his name? That guy. You
mean Lawford?
Yeah, the old alchemy.
Yeah, we haven't talked yet. He still feels bad about things, so.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Can't really blame him.
Well, I guess he did stand down after the whole controversy, so I guess it must have. He must be earnest about being sorry. But he should find you and apologise to your face. I think it's I don't know. Well,
yeah,
it's a busy show.
I mean, it's maybe I'll seek them out. We'll see.
Anyone else? I assume you guys back to the Dragon Ball.
Yeah, we head back to the.
Yeah, we'll head back and
the Dragon Boat.
Glacier about the evil fish monsters that are about, and maybe that we should be on watch for those.
You two are very used to sort of debriefing.
Yeah.
After all these missions to the higher ups. You've never had to do one yourself, of course.
It's our first debrief. How exciting!
This is your personal thing, so it's very official. And Venus is sort of leaning up against the side of the boat, sort of watching you, kind of amused at seeing you try and be very official. As Yota and Rhea are listening to you.
I assume we're trying to be official,
Pluto is
at the same time.
Pluto's trying to look busy doing something else, but he's probably definitely paying attention to see how you did.
Okay.
You'll have your shot next time, Pluto.
Hey, Pluto's he's done stuff. He's a supporting member of the.
Yeah.
He's just not got huge muscles. He knows his abilities very well. He knows his range.
That can be more dangerous.
Exactly. He hasn't got any amount of bardo. Put you guys back on your little boat. So yeah, you debrief, and she makes you go over everything twice, of course.
Classic.
And Rare's interested about the magic items that you found. It's like,
yeah, they're currently in the hands of a tiefling, but I think we'll see how that all goes.
Well, I'm sure you know best, and I'm sure, well, so long as we know where they are, then it won't be an issue.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on them.
For sure. And yeah, so I think you guys are going to spend some more days on the ship. Anyone else talk? I guess Neil will probably go back to where you've been staying. You probably don't have, again, your own room, but you and your father will probably be in like the upper decks nearer to where the Count's quarters are. What would be important?
Yeah, I would go there and I'd just basically be reliving killing someone.
Yeah,
for a little bit.
Well, your father's sort of stumbling around and says, hello, son. How's it? You look well, I think. No, sorry.
Yeah.
How did it go?
Yeah, it went well. I got some extra food, and
Excellent. Great.
I guess I'm a warrior now, Dad. I show him the still bloody scimitar.
Good gods.
Is it regular blood, or is it like a different colour?
Nasty fish blood, quite dark, kind of black and a bit sticky. Not nice. Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
Maybe, you should find. I think there's some smiths aboard. Maybe you should find him and help out with get him to look over the armor and stuff. It's if you're going to be using it, it might be best to get it fitted for you or something, and maybe they can help with the maintenance of it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he sort of swallows something. He seems a bit grossed out by the gore of it, and it's like yeah, I think some members of the smithing guild have actually come aboard. I'll ask for them later on.
You think they'll really help us?
I mean, they decided to come too. I think they're not I think they're aspiring from what I've heard. Interesting things about the bladesmith. That's for sure. He's a up and coming lad, I hear. Didn't sit too well in the guild back home, so I don't think he'll mind too much about everything that happened. Yeah.
Maybe we can trade some of the food I got.
Sure. Yeah. Anyway, I must get on, and he's got a bundle of papers, and he hurries back to towards where the count is in. Excellent stuff. Okay, so Wynn, I mean, you're back on deck. You've got this bottle, and you're
down the whole thing, mate.
Yes, no. And of course, your mate is on deck, and he yawns.
What's his name?
His name is I named it today. It's in
Mama.
Acquaintances, I think.
Obama.
He's Hendrik. He's Hendrik the Hunter.
Oh, of course.
I like that.
Morning, Wynn.
Hey, man.
What's you got? That's what that guy drank, right? The one who taught you a bunch of stuff, I guess. Sure. That's cool.
It brings back memories. It's great to see something like this. I wasn't expecting the captain to have something so rare.
He just gave it to you, did he? Oh.
Well, for work, obviously, that we did.
Oh, right. What happened? I mean, or is it top secret?
Oh, no, well, I don't know. I don't care, to be honest. It was the ship. Do you remember about that?
Oh, yeah, these halflings, something going missing, something like that?
Yeah, well, they were killed by fish people.
He sort of stares at you for a second. It's like, oh.
So we went over there, and they came on board with their sharks and stuff, and we killed them all.
Bloody hell.
So yeah, that's what happened.
When, I've known you for a long while now, and it's good to see you finally putting your skills to use for good, I guess. So that's something.
Yeah, so it was a challenge.
Back to like
Doubt.
I want to say, as they talk, he's just doing just standing on one finger and shit.
he's just constantly.
Just keeps constantly working out.
Yeah. Well,
It's like fucking talking to Gaston.
Oh.
I'm real glad that well, it's good to see you up to stuff. I think you were.
Yeah.
Ever
It was a good practical use.
Ever since your master sort of disappeared from that monastery, that you didn't seem to have much direction going on. So it was, yeah.
I know. It was a good idea to come along here. It was a good opportunity.
Yeah, it's I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of game they've got out there in it's Gwela Dwen. Yeah, should be interesting.
Good enough, yeah.
Yeah, I heard people talking about it. Apparently, it's there's not much we know about it other than supposedly a lot of old magics were from there. A lot of the trinkets that people have passed down to their families are from that place where magic is a lot more Common, so who knows about the beast, right?
Beasts? Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be many things that I've long forgotten.
Can't wait. Should be interesting.
Damn right.
Anybody. But Ben, what are you doing?
Guy, hello. You right?
Oh, hey man, how did it? Oh, you seem tired. You've been
Yeah. Oh man, where to begin? I mean, alright. There was. Hold on. Do you remember when the job we did first got to Gab for the orc fellow when we stuck under a wagon? You kept going on. You kept going on about some drink, the black
Black Hydra. It's a legendary spirit. They're some like I think it was made by it escapes me, but some legendary fellas over down to the south thing. I'll have to look into it. I'll try and remember the story.
I remember you. Well, what would you give for a taste? What would you give for a shot of that?
I mean, you wouldn't be asking unless you had some, and I'm not going to sit here and barter with you, but no.
So,
I'll owe you huge. You know I don't carry huge wads of cash. I don't carry sacks of gold around, but I think a bottle of that probably runs you a couple of thousand gold.
Oh my god. Yeah,
when sold to a discerning customer, someone who knows what it's worth.
Well, I just drunk a job's worth of gold then, but
you just drink.
Here's
just drink like 100 golds worth of. Oh my god.
Well, if you want to do the same,
he grins hugely.
Shakes the flask.
He holds out his hand and as he takes it from you, and he uncorks it, gives a big sniff like, oh, hang about, and he grabs out his pack and he pulls out a nice little glass. It's like you can't just drink that from a bottle. That'd be absurd. That's not how you treat a fine drink like this. And he spends about 5 minutes sniffing it. It's just like, to the point where like your excitement is like, I wish you just drink it. Actually,
while you're mulling that over, I'm going to tell you how we earned it.
Oh sure, yeah. So you explain.
Yeah, and I sort of summarise the fish people riding sharks. That's a thing here. Apparently, that's
bloody hell.
Yep. The workout fellow.
Yeah.
He's got the same logo as the bottle on his back. Don't know how we didn't notice that before.
That's weird, but
that's by the by. I
guess he's got great taste.
Yeah.
Who could he not?
Is that like having the Pepsi logo?
It'd be like having because it's obscure. Most people wouldn't know it. There just happens to be a brewer and a man who drank alcohol on board.
Is it like somebody having a tattoo of the art you did for the beer?
if it was like the best beer ever, then yeah.
Okay.
If we run into a Captain Morgan, I swear to God.
No, there's no Capitan.
Capitan Lahak.
What about Ron Captain Hug? Yeah.
Ron Capitan Huck is obviously everywhere, all the time.
Fish folk, yeah. Some of the other people up there, right? I misjudged them. They can do magic stuff. Don't really get it. Whatever, did the job. But we found this, and I hold up the feather token that.
He gazes at it with the single eye that he's got, and does he have? Has he got an eye patch as well? No, yeah. One of his eyes is blinded. That's right. He's got.
Yeah.
And it twinkles a second, and as he's looking at it, he takes a sip, and let me just roll a Constitution for him. He immediately gets knocked out by drinking as he's looking at it.
Amazing.
But he's got a smile on his face.
Real kick.
Well, we'll revisit this later. Yeah.
Okay, it's now 11:30, so I'm gonna call that there for the now. You are gonna continue sailing on. No land in sight yet. Maybe there's some other things
Good.
on the horizon.
Ooh.
Ooh, indeed. Yeah, so 150 XP, so you're not level 2 yet.
But that was good though. That was fun.
Okay.
I loved all the characters and so much art. I like good stuff. It was fun.